Back at Gateway International Raceway, NASCAR on ESPN. NASCAR Busch Series cars getting set to roll here momentarily. And we welcome you to our live flag-to-flag coverage, along with the champs, Rusty Wallace, who made it up from the pit studio, and Andy Petrie. I'm Jerry Punch. Glad to have you with us. And Andy, a lot of bright-eyed young hopefuls in those cars getting ready just to launch their careers. What's the one thing they have to guard against tonight?
The one thing they got to do is just not to be over-anxious. Try to control these guys and keep the reins pulled back on them. Keep them on the racetrack all night long and get as many laps as they can. And if they have good cars, they'll get good finishes.
Well, Rusty, as we take a look at our ticker and our starting grid, where you see that Scott Wimmer, by the way, won his very first career pole, and we'll lead him down. Let's start our Wallace family reunion. We told you we're going to have all three as in-race reporters, beginning with your 19-year-old son, Steven, who starts 27th in the Home Lap Communities Dodge.
Hey, Steve, this is Dad. You got me?
Man, I got you.
All right, buddy. I know you didn't qualify the way you want to, but you had a really fast car in practice last night. You feeling pretty good about it?
I'm feeling real good about it. You know, the whole Lap Communities Dodge was pretty good in practice, so we'll see.
All right, have a good one.
All right, next, younger brother Mike, Skyco Chevy, starts in 32nd position.
Mike, this your brother Rusty. You got me?
Rusty, go ahead.
All right, buddy. A couple years ago, you finished second. You had a really good run here in St. Louis. This is a good track for you. How's the car this year?
We got a good car for the race. I was third out to qualify, and of course, the first car crashed. A little too conservative in my qualifying effort, but feel we can come home with a good top 5 finish this evening in the Geico Chevrolet.
Mike, your car in practice looked pretty good last night, but just like you said, that early qualifying run really killed you, didn't it?
Not that early, Rusty. You know, I was a third car out, and the racetrack had set all night and all day. It was actually 38 degrees hotter on track temperature than when we practiced in, so it did hurt our qualifying effort. Hopefully with some quick pit strategy, and car just running good, we'll get to the front.
All right, man, have a good one.
Thank you.
All right, next, the youngest brother of the Wallace trio, Kenny, who's in the Jimmy John's Gourmet Sandwiches Chevrolet and starts back in 25th.
Kenny, this is Rusty. You got me?
Yeah, Rusty, I'll read you.
All right, buddy, you got what you wanted here. You got that really fast Richard Childress Racing #2 car that really runs good all the time. Got to be feeling good about it.
Yeah, Rusty, I'm really excited. I think the Jimmy John's Gourmet Sandwich car is going to run up front. What we got to do is we just got to make calculated moves. I definitely did get the qualifying run I was looking for. So we'll pick off a car a little at a time and race all night, be there at the end.
All right, buddy, have a good one.
Thank you, bro.
All right, let's take a look at our other high-definition onboard cameras. You just heard from 3 Wallaces. We have J.J. Yaley, who starts 16th in the Mikosuki Chevrolet. You've heard from Kenny Wallace and Mike Wallace. Brad Coleman in the Carino's Italian Grill Chevy starts back in 20th spot. Cale Gale starts 35th in the Camping World Chevrolet. Carl Edwards, reigning points leader and winner of this race a year ago, starts 3rd in the Dish Network Ford. You heard from Stephen Wallace, and of course David Rudeman starts 8th in the Aaron's Dream Machine Toyota. Well, the youth movement is in full swing here in the NASCAR Busch Series. For more on some of the newer young guns that are moving in, let's go down to the pits and hear first from Jamie Little.
Well, Doug, a story we've been following the last couple weeks. Young Brad Keselowski is 23 years old. He's driving that 88 machine for the 2nd straight week. Now, his boss, Dale Earnhardt Jr., has taken Brad under his wing. Brad's been living with him at his house in North Carolina. Now, last weekend, Brad finished 14th, a personal best. His boss, Dale Jr., said, great job, but they had a little talk about this race, and both of them agreed they want a top 10, and I talked to Brad. He feels he can get a top 10 here tonight. Shannon?
Well, Jamie, the oldest member of that Young Guns group is 33-year-old World of Outlaw champion Tim McCreadie. He's making his 2nd Busch Series start of the season tonight in the 21 Richard Childress Racing car. Now, that's the same car that Kevin Harvick has driven to 3 victories this season. Now, McCreadie qualified for this race 22nd, but he said this is the most comfortable he's been in the car yet. Over to Mike Massaro.
Well, Shannon, this may be Travis Kittleson's first start with Joe Gibbs Racing this year, but there's certainly no lack of confidence. He qualified 23rd and says he's pumped up, looking for a Cinderella story. He says he thinks he can win and knows the odds are against him, but believes it is indeed a possibility. After all, this is the show me state. And for guys like Kittleson, that's what tonight's all about, showing us what they're capable of. Dave?
Mike, Landon Castle became age eligible to race in NASCAR just 14 days ago when he turned 18. Hendrick Motorsports had tabbed him to run a number of races in 2007 if he made a good showing at last fall's General Motors Combine of sorts between short short tracks, dirt tracks, and even a super speedway in a Busch Series car. Landon showed very well. In fact, he'd never raced on dirt before, and that was one of the challenges laid to the drivers. He did very well in a dirt late model, showed a lot of throttle and car control, and Hendrick knew that they might have a gem in young Landon Castle. He'll start way up in the field tonight. We'll see if the 24 car can stay there all night long. Doc?
All right, guys, great stories. We'll be watching all night long as the field 43 NASCAR Busch Series drivers, and how about 18 of these people coming across the top of your screen have never been to this racetrack in a NASCAR Busch Series car. As we mentioned, there are 6 drivers who are 20 years of age or younger, 12 in this field who are 22 years of age and younger. The youth movement is moving in big time in the NASCAR Busch Series. Okay, Andy, what should we watch for here tonight?
Well, with these long straightaways and that tight 1 and 2, these guys are going to be on the brakes hard and be watching for those glowing brake rotors down there. And then the track is so much different on each side. Turning 1 and 2 is really tight, high bank. 3 and 4 is a real smooth, flat corner, sweeping corner. So they got to have 2 different setups kind of for that, but they can only have one, so they have to compromise their setup for the racetrack. And then the engines also have to have a broad power band because of the track being so different. We used to shift here and used to be able to down gear and run a different gear on each end of the track. Now they don't allow them to do it, so they have to have a good engine that'll pull off the bottom end.
All right, thank you, Andy, very much. We'll take a look at our race analysis. It is a 250-mile event, 200 laps, pit road speed 45 miles an hour, pit window 80 to 85 laps. And the banking, that's critical here. The banking in turns 1 and 2 is 11 degrees. It's a very sharp turn 1 and 2, much like Richmond, Virginia. Turns 3 and 4 more sweeping but flatter, much like New Hampshire International Raceway. Well, it is a field full of fresh young faces and aspiring young talent. Could one of them win this race tonight and use this track as their gateway to success in NASCAR? Well, we are about to find out. We invite you to sit back and enjoy stop number 21 on the incredible $50 million NASCAR Busch Series Tour for 2007. 200 laps, 250 miles. It is an opportunity weekend for some young stars in NASCAR's Busch Series. So let's sit back and listen in as this field comes toward us until the green flag and we go full throttle.
Hey, car, here it is. You can shift. Stay ready. Stay ready. 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 Green flag, green flag, green flag. Much better, man. Much better. Just like all clear in front of you. Clear. Clear. Outside covered. Still there. Still there. Still there. Clear. Clear. Coming inside. Clear right there. Clear high side 41. Clear by 1. Clear right there. All clear. That was real good right there. See if you can repeat that a couple times. One outside still. One outside. 89 looking outside there. Outside 89 car. You're pulling them. All clear. There you go. Stay with that bottom. So cars up high there. All clear still. On the bottom. Stacking up on the high side.
And sailing out of turn 4, first time by, Scott Wimmer will lead his 83rd lap of the year at 176 miles an hour as they head into turn 1. A challenge now for second spot.
Tell you what, Carl Edwards is trying to get underneath Reed Sorensen right now on the inside. Why? Because it's early in the race. He's got good tires. And with these fresh tires, guys, you got to strike right now.
Yeah, Carl Edwards definitely striking, getting in the corner and driving in real deep. His car is handling well here in the beginning part of the race.
Tell you what, Jerry, I was really surprised in that first lap getting down into turn 1. It was a gaggle of cars, 3 wide, getting through there. And these first 4 or 5 laps, guys, man, they are hard to get through there.
Side by side, moving to the inside is the veteran Mike Bliss in the 22 car, going beneath the 18-year-old. Landon Castle in the 24 car, trying to hold his own outside the veteran.
These are 2 cars, the 22 car Mike Bliss and the 99 of Rudeman, that were very, very good in practice and didn't get the qualifying runs they were looking for. They're not too far back, but they're trying to move their way up to the front.
I tell you guys, you're so right about that. They were so good in practice last night. And what they want to do is get these tire pressures built up, get some rhythm going on, and get back up where they know they can run. Well, that's a better move on Rudeman, not making it 3 wide going into 1. There's not that much room down there, guys.
That was smart for him to back off right there, especially with the 24 car there of that Landon Castle, because this is his first Busch start.
Now, what's going to happen here, it's pretty warm out here in St. Louis still. The track's going to cool down a lot. And when it cools down, this track is going to change big time. And what we call it is getting tight. the car's going to start losing the front end, sliding the front ends. And that's the reason these drivers set these cars up very, very free, with the rear ends almost ready to spin out, so it'll be better later as it cools down.
We talked about the compromise and the setup as the key, so watch, Rusty, when the track begins to change, what area will you be concerned about the most as a driver?
Well, definitely as a driver, I think, Jerry, the biggest place to pass is definitely in the middle of turn 1 and 2. You'll see guys getting underneath the car, racing them down that long back straightaway. But if they can hold their own through 3 and 4 and maintain their speed right there, that's the corner I would give up rather than giving up 1 and 2.
Well, that's the compromise for sure, because you got to have the car turning real well in 1 and 2 to be able to get through there, and then these guys will just have, oh, we got a little trouble here.
Contact, it is Stephen Wallace and the Home Lap Communities Dodge up across the racetrack and just tags the outside wall here in lap number 5, and that will bring out the first caution flag of the night.
He's got some pretty heavy damage there on the right front and on the right rear, both right sides there.
Tell you what, he's just been having nothing but problems at this young age, trying to get these cars going and trying to understand it. They had a crew chief change last week to try to make the performance better. It didn't seem like it helped so far, so we'll just have to go back to the replay here shortly and see what happened, really what occurred.
You can see the young man shaking his head inside, raising the visor. Got to be just totally frustrated here early on. Let's see if we can see what happened to Steve.
Racing up on the outside of Cale Gale on the 33. Looks like he may have locked up the brakes getting in the corner. Actually, looks like we got to see some smoke.
Do you have a leak somewhere, or was that a brake?
No, I saw some sparks coming out of the right side of it, too. I don't know if...
Like flames in the right rear there.
You know, guys, I'm not so sure we didn't lose an engine. It's coming out from under the hood, flames out the side. It looks like the thing has blew an engine up getting down in the corner, so... We'll just have to take a look. It's still on fire, so I believe he's lost an engine. Going in 3. Let's take a listen.
Now we're being told from spotters that he has said on the radio that the brake pedal went all the way to the floorboard there as he went in the corner, and you saw the flames from the right rear. So a tough break, first yellow flag of the day, and one of the Wallace family headed to the garage area.
Saturday night racing, the lights are on as the sun sets. The drivers, and they were playing around during introductions, but now it's time to get down to business. As the green flag waves, Scott Wimmer leads early, but caution at lap 5 when Stephen Wallace ran into trouble in turn number 3. Jamie is with him now.
Well, Stephen pulled into the garage, popped open the hood. He got in there with some wrenches. Stephen, what exactly happened there?
When flying out in turn 3, I had a real good car, and the dang brake pedal went to the floor, completely to the floor. Didn't have anything to do with it. It wasn't my fault. It didn't cut a hole in the right rear brake line, you know. I don't know what kind of luck I need to do or figure what money can buy or dang what I need to do, but I need to get some luck on my side. It's just, I hate it. It's just words can't explain it how frustrating it is right now.
Doc, we're coming to the green.
All right, total frustration. The young man had so much wanted to be impressive here in front of all the home folks here in the state of Missouri and the Wallace family and the reunion. And just 5 laps in, it's up against the wall there with no brakes. And you see the flames from underneath the car as he headed to the garage area.
You just can't stop. We don't have brakes. And evidently it broke a right rear brake line, he said, and all the fluid squirted out. But Andy, you and I saw that coming the lap before that. Saw something coming out of the right rear of that car, and I feel bad for him. He's really struggling
we
right
talked
now.
about it.
Ready.
Talked about how important brakes were.
Ready. Green.
Green flag waves, and Scott Wimmer will lead him back down. He has led all 8 laps thus far. Challenge inside. You're right along with Carl Edwards. The challenge is back behind them just a moment ago. Watch this threesome here. Now it's a foursome with Kyle Krisiloff. Oh, that's not going to work, and David Reagan wisely backs out, and so does the 9-car Chase Miller.
Now, I've been watching this 21 car from the start of the race, and he's been that's not the first time he's been 3 wide.
Well, he's 3 wide because he doesn't know any better right now, and he doesn't know he can't do that. He's run all type of different cars. Let's see how this thing started here. See Todd Bodine getting a good run on the outside there. Kind of stacks him up just a little bit.
Yeah, Chase Miller has to get out of the gas and then stacks him up. Just barely enough room for the 21 to squeeze by.
That's Tim McCready, the 33-year-old driver in the 21. And he said, okay, Chris, I said, if you guys are going to play that way, I'll play too. So he comes down on the inside in the 14 car.
Oh, man, that's crazy, dude. I'll tell you what. 4 wide in St. Louis into turn 3. You can't do that, Andy.
Can't say this is a one-groove racetrack.
Can't say that. That's right.
Yeah, tell those guys that. And for more on McCready, let's check in with Dave.
Yeah, Tim in that 21 car has been ready to go since the start, Doc, or since the non-start. There was a little delay getting the cars rolling here tonight, and they radioed down to Tim and said, "You okay?" And he said, "Yeah, just waiting to go." He's been anxious and excited to start racing. You can tell he wants to get to the front.
Yeah, McCready only has 1 start this year. That coming at Milwaukee. Was involved in an incident early on, about lap 8 or 9 in the race. Got into some contact with Todd Bodine there. He said, "I just want to finish this race and prove to these guys that I can race this race car," and he appreciates the opportunity Richard Childress has given him.
Well, that 21 car he's got a lot to live up to when he's driving that car, and I hope he doesn't feel too much pressure because he's driving the car awful hard right now.
You know, you're right. That's a double-edged sword right there because the car is expected to win. Every time Kevin gets in it, it's always winning. McCready's probably feeling that pressure. Take a look at Rudeman passing on the inside of Keller. I mean, that was a good, clean pass. And I like how the front of that car is low in the ground. You always hear me talking about that. Makes their car run faster down the straightaway. Turn better.
Yeah, Jerry Baxter is the crew chief on this 99. He's got a good setup in this thing. He was real confident right off the bat. When I talked to him in the garage area before they even went on the track, he said he felt like their car was going to be really good here.
Andy, I feel like a defining moment for Rudeman was at Richmond, Virginia this year when they went for a test. I've seen him change a lot of things, and all of a sudden that car took off, and it's been fast every single race since that test session.
His best finish this year was second at Nashville. He was the fastest car in the final practice session and was a little disappointed in his qualifying run. For more, let's check in with Dave.
And his crew chief, Jerry Baxter, has a philosophy with these race cars. Build them all the same, make them all go fast. In fact, this race car, you wouldn't normally bring a car from the California Speedway to the Gateway International Raceway and run well, but that's just what Jerry did. He said, different setup, but same race car, and we've got it where Rudeman likes it. It operates well, it has good power off the corners, and he will be able to run up front all night.
Yeah, that's one of the things about these Toyotas is they got a lot of bottom-end torque. The engine RPM band is real broad, so these cars really, this is the kind of racetrack they can do well on.
Now we heard that they're going to get that engine, a different engine for next year. They're going to be running the NASCAR Nextel Cup style engine. The truck engine that they're running this year, that's going to be outlawed.
Yeah, they have a few things in this engine that is a little bit outside the box, so to speak, of what NASCAR wants. So they're going to let them run it one more year, and then they're all going to have to come and start running the same engine package, just like they do in the Cup Series.
And one more year means the remainder of this year.
The remainder of this year, that's all they can run this engine.
Yeah, next year this engine will be outside the series.
That's right.
Outside. Great action here heating up. The last 2 winners at this racetrack. Last year's winner in the 60 car, Carl Edwards, and the 2005 winner here, Reed Sorensen, driving for Chip Ganassi. They run second and third.
Reed Sorensen's one of those guys that we expected to see a lot of great things. He won a couple of races. He won this race 2 years ago, and then and hadn't done a lot since. So he's kind of got something to prove, not only in the Busch Series but also in the Cup Series. He's got to get up on this wheel and make some things happen because it's time for him to start shining in this series.
Well, you know, he's won a lot of races, it seems like, in the Busch Series, and the races that he hasn't won, he's always running in the top 10, top 5, things like that. So he does have some self-induced pressure. He's had some good runs in the Cup car with Chip Ganassi's team, but right now they are looking at him. He knows that, and he wants to step the throttle up and get after it. But this is a race he can make a change because he won this thing 2 years ago.
Here's Todd Bodine. It's another Toyota. This is the first Busch race they've run and competed. They're going to build about 2 or 3 of these Busch cars and try to run some more races by the end of the year, and then hopefully run the full series next year.
So, Andy, let me ask you a question. If you saw this cat in Victory Lane, would it surprise you?
Not one bit, because he's got a ton of experience. He's a fast race car driver. He proves himself on the Truck Series every week.
Yeah, 316 NASCAR Busch Series starts and 15 wins in this series. Mike?
And Doc, believe it or not, a lot of the experience in the Truck Series has helped Germain Racing and Todd Bodine this weekend. Off the truck, they struggled a little bit. The only thing they had to fall back on was their notes from the Truck Series. And believe it or not, they translated to this car. Todd felt like it really helped. The only thing they had to overcome this week was the initial tech inspection. They had their base plates and their carburetor confiscated by NASCAR because there was a little bit of a discrepancy in the understanding of the rule. I guess the thickness of the throttle was just a little bit too thick for NASCAR's liking.
Yeah, I talked to the engine tuner for this car down in the garage area after I saw that throttle plate sitting in the NASCAR truck. And what happens is they take these carburetors and rebuild them week to week, and they change some of the parts in them that wear. And that throttle shaft and all that stuff wears some, and they had just replaced it with some new blades, and they're actually too thin. NASCAR has a minimum thickness, and they didn't measure up right, and he said it was his fault. He didn't check them when he replaced them.
I started to say if it's too thick, that kind of hurts the horsepower. If it's too thin, we gain a little power, right? Okay, so they went the power gaining way.
All right, lap 19. We are early on here in the NASCAR Busch Series event at Gateway International Raceway, and it is the Richard Childress car out front. Scott Wimmer, the leader. Carl Edwards, Sorensen, Bliss, and Rudeman in the top 5. It has been a sensational start here to NASCAR Busch competition at Gateway International Raceway.
Gateway's an amazingly unique track. You know, there's no other track like it.
They put as big a racetrack as they could on the piece of ground they had.
As far as short tracks are concerned, it's an extremely long straightaway.
Turns 3 and 4 are a big, wide, sweeping corner. 1 and 2 is real tight. It's a challenging racetrack.
A tough racetrack in a great sports town. 1.25 miles, Gateway International Raceway in St. Louis, where Scott Wimmer's got it all going his way in the early going. 25 laps in to the 200-lap race, and look at the gap he's putting on second place Carl Edwards.
Well, he's really out stroking that thing. He is just cruising around this racetrack. I want to throw something up to Andy. Andy, I'm watching these cars come down this front straightaway, and as they go into turn 1, it looks like they're bottoming out. We're seeing sparks fly everywhere. What does that do to the race car as the race goes on? Does it affect it?
Yeah, Brad, what they're trying to do is run these cars as low as possible and let them travel. Whoa, we see Carl Edwards get real loose getting in the corner right there where his car settled down on the brakes. Has to kind of give way to the 41. But when the tires are low on pressure on the start of the runs, they'll hit the hard parts of the car, the chassis will rub the racetrack and cause those sparks. But they kind of tune the cars up so when the pressures come up that all that'll stop. So you don't see as many sparks right now as you saw earlier in the race.
All right, you see that Reed Sorensen has moved around the 60 car of Carl Edwards for second spot. Let's check in Edwards' pits with Jamie.
Well, Doc, he's tight across the center. He said it pushes, and then in 3 and 4, he's loose. So you guys were accurate there, but he's pushing because this is his home track. Actually, it's close to Carl's heart because in 2002, this was his first ever Busch Series start. He finished 39th, and now he comes back. He's a NASCAR superstar. He's looking for his first NASCAR championship this year, but he was actually disappointed earlier today in front of his family and friends. He really wanted to get his first pole of the season, but he settled for third, and he's looking to bring home another win, guys.
I tell you what, Andy, one thing I want to look at, look, I know Carl's good, and he's not going to surprise me if he wins this race because he seems like he always does. But this car in the straightaway just looks way abnormal to me. It's awful high. It's doing some weird things. He's all over the racetrack right now while he's still running second place. Look how high that thing is.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit of pressure. You see, you see how the car is really high on the straightaway, and then it kind of slams down in the corner. This is something I see out of the 60 team a lot, though. They don't seem to run the exact setups like some of these other guys do and keep the car really low on the straightaway. Seems like they have shock packages that let their car travel a lot as it on the straightaway, and then it kind of slams down in the corner. But what I see here is he's really loose getting into this corner, and he's been struggling with the line, and it seems to kind of been working it out. Now he's trying to stay in front of Mike Bliss.
Now the track's going to tighten up. It's going to get more grip as the night goes on, and it might settle his problem down a little bit, but I'm watching the car behind him, and look how much lower it's running. It's not slamming so much. So who's right and who's wrong?
Yeah, like you say, Carl does go out there and win races with his car with these kind of setups. But it's kind of a driver preference sometimes. I think that's the way he likes his car. But it does look like it's flying the nose awful much.
All right, battle back in the pack. The 733. The 7 is Mike Wallace in the Geico Chevy. 33 is Cale Gale. And these guys are battling for 26th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. And by the way, the 88 car, Brad Keselowski, he made a pit stop under the first caution flag, came in and made an adjustment on that car, came out in 41st position. He has now gained 13 spots since that caution flag.
Yeah, he was talking about his car earlier before they qualified, and they made some big changes right before qualifying, and they didn't know how it was going to be, so I'm sure that they're just trying to get the car adjusted as it got it on into the race here and got a few laps on it. Jamie?
Well, guys, you're talking about Brad Keselowski in that 88. He came in, he said, When he went through the corner, it was tight. Then it bounced twice and then snapped loose. The kid knows his car. He knows the setup. The team is loving his feedback. He knew he needed to bring that car in. They made that adjustment, and he's working his way back up through the field. And this is something, like I said, they really appreciate out of Brad. He really knows this car. He said one of his main goals is to help JR Motorsports perform better on the track, and he's doing that right now.
And they're just getting to know each other, too, because I talked to Wes Ward, his crew chief, and he did say that they picked out some problems in the practice, but it was real late in the practice, and they hadn't really figured out how to talk to each other yet. And as they get a little more experience with each other, then they can find these problems a little sooner.
You know, this particular racetrack, the way it's designed, when you get down the front straightaway going into turn one, it does have a pretty big bump getting in there. And these guys will actually bottom out in the straightaways before they get into the corner. And that might have been one of the problems that Brad was having. And we've been seeing him sparking earlier. Now, Andy, you said earlier that, you know, the tire pressures, you're absolutely right. I would say this racetrack here, though, has got some differences than other tracks.
Guys here, Carl Edwards loses the third spot, and so now first Sorensen wears him out, and now Mike Bliss goes by Carl Edwards. So, Rusty, you picked out the fact that that 60 car didn't look that stable or comfortable on the corner or going into the corners. Now he loses another spot.
Well, it doesn't look very good to me right now. Again, I'm not going to bash Carl Edwards at all because this guy is amazing behind the wheel, and different drivers like different feels, but it just doesn't look right now. I think when it cools down, it's going to get better yet, though.
All right, Scott Wimmer having the kind of night that only other drivers can dream about. He said he wanted to get a win here at Gateway International Raceway. Picked up his first career pole in the 29 car and the Holiday Inn Chevy. This is what we heard from Scott Wimmer just a moment ago.
Bottomed out for about the first 2 laps, Pat, and then it was fine. Still just a little free, but it's pretty good.
And Jerry, he just reported now that the car is just a little bit tight off turns 2 and turn 4. So car changing a little bit for him. The start was perfect, according to his spotter, Rocky Ryan. After lap 1 that Scott led, he said, perfect start. Now get your rhythm and save those tires. And that's what Scott's been doing. He's out front by a lot, but he hasn't been abusing the tires or abusing that car, and he stays the leader.
And Dave, what he is doing is abusing the field right now. He just continues to set sail 1.8 seconds ahead of the 41 car of Reed Sorensen back in second spot. And Scott Wimmer has led all 36 laps thus far, trying to get win number 6 in his career. Hasn't won since 2003.
You know the day this cars are now.
Business is going to pick up next weekend as the Nextel Cup Series joins the NASCAR Busch Series on ESPN and ESPN2. Check out next Saturday. You can park it on the couch all day and all night and watch qualifying and practice and racing from both the Brickyard and O'Reilly Raceway Park. And then, of course, next Sunday, the Allstate 400 at the Brickyard on ESPN starting at 1 Eastern. For more, log on to ESPN.com. It's going to get busy, and we're loving it.
Absolutely, man. I am so fired up. We're coming to Indy, baby.
Tonight, it is the NASCAR Busch Series in St. Louis. Scott Wimmer has been out in front, but what was a 3.5-second lead is down to less than a second. Reed Sorensen starting to close in on Scott Wimmer. Doc?
And Alan, the kid from Peachtree City, Georgia. Yeah, Reed Sorensen is just clawing away at that margin from Scott Wimmer. You know, Reed Sorensen's really, his whole career, whole season has taken a change in the last few weeks with back-to-back top 10 finishes and a 15th place finish at Chicagoland last week. And a lot of it has to do with that guy right there, the new crew chief, Brad Parrott. They made a change. And here's what Reed Sorensen had to say about it.
It's worked out good. You know, Brad's got a lot of confidence in me, and we kind of feed off of each other there. And we had 2 really good races the past 2 weekends, so just got to keep it going. We're just trying to be consistent and you know, get ready for the rest of the year. We got Brian Clausen coming in at the end of the year. We need to try to get a solid foundation for him, and we're just trying to click off top 10s, and if we can get up there and get a win before the year's over.
Now, guys, the guy he had, Brian Patty's a very good crew chief. He's a very talented crew chief now with Juan Pablo Montoya, but it seems the chemistry seems to be working right now between Sorensen and Brad Parrott.
I'm not sure that so sure that this whole swap thing had as much to do with Reed Sorensen and Brad Parrott as it did with Juan Montoya. I think they were just looking for something on that team to change the chemistry, and this was what they decided to do, was swap the whole teams. And it looks like that both teams have fared a little better, but this team here is looking awfully strong tonight, and they may even be able to get a win.
I tell you right now, Marcus Amber's problems are starting to continue because Scott Wimmer is just putting the lap on him right now. And here comes Sorensen to do the same thing. I talked to Marcus and said, I just can't get the luck I want right now. It's kind of like Steve Wallace, got a fast car and a fast driver, just having these problems, and it's continuing. But, you know, I tell you, going back to Reed Sorensen, this change, I totally agree, guys. Brad Parrott really fits Reed Sorensen's the way they get along, the way they work, the way they laugh. You can tell it makes the car run better.
And they both have something to prove at Chip Ganassi Racing to show that, hey, we can get this done. You know, Brad's a great crew chief and Reed's a good driver. Let's just, you know, show what we can do.
All right, the third place car in the field is that car, the Dodge of Mike Bliss, owned by Armando Fitz. Bliss making his 14th start of the season. Has a best finish of 9th at Dover in Kentucky. Likes this racetrack. Has been here 4 times in the NASCAR Craftsman trucks and sat on a pole. And one car we hear may be dropping back a little bit was one of the favorites early on. It was Dave Blaney in the 10 car. The Braun Toyota, he was being shown in 8th position, and he has slowed up abruptly and has some cars going by.
He was on the march, too. He was coming to the front, passing cars. We've been watching him move up the ladder. Shannon, have you got more on Dave Blaney?
That's right. What a bad break for this team. They started 17th today. They had moved all the way up to 6th. They're one of the fastest car on the racetrack. Trent Owens told me earlier this week that he feels that where this team has struggled is on pit road. Now, they do have a tire going down right now, so he's going to come down pit road, and we're going to see what these guys can do, try to get him back on the track and back competitive tonight.
Yeah, he's got a tire down. It's definitely on the wheel coming in. He hadn't torn anything up yet. If he can just get it in the pits here and get it changed, maybe he's got enough time to make it up.
And a tough thing right here, Andy, when you lose a tire at a shorter racetrack like here at St. Louis, and pit road speed is so slow, he's probably going to lose a couple laps at least. And it's going to take him a while through the lucky dog procedure to get those laps back, I believe. It's going to take him maybe the whole race.
He's got a good car. He can do it.
As they work on the 10 car of Dave Blaney, we'll note that for you Stephen Wallace fans, that they have made repairs to the brakes that were a problem with Stephen Wallace. He is back on the racetrack.
It's heating up back up front here. Reed Sorensen's caught Scott Wimmer in the 29 car. He's stalking him right here, and he's got a faster car. You see his brake rotor's glowing red, so Reed's driving his car really hard down in the corner.
Yeah, it's like Reed ran up on him, caught him, and it was really working him over pretty good, and they got in traffic, and Wimmer got away from him. And so what they need right now is clean air to run him back down, not have to negotiate all this traffic and see if he can get around him, because his car, honestly, looks awful good on the racetrack.
Where's the best place for Reed Sorensen to try to set up a pass here on a track that's this flat?
He's definitely going to have to get a lot of momentum from the center of turn 1 and 2, Jerry, off of turn 2. That's where he's going to make his pass. Now, he might pull up on his bumper as he exits turn 4 and then try to set the pass up on the entry, but he's going to make the pass off of turn 2.
They're working the lap cars right now. That can kind of dictate where he's going to make this pass, where Reed's going to pass him, depending on how they clear these lap cars.
Passing Stanton Barrett on the inside right now. Stanton had a good qualifying run, and I think we were talking about him earlier. He did some stunt the other day, Jerry, that was pretty miraculous.
Yeah, Stanton Barrett took a Dodge Charger and jumped 80 feet in the air wearing a chicken suit for some national commercial. He's a Hollywood stuntman and came here and had his best qualifying run of the year, but now gets passed by both Scott Wimmer and Reed Sorensen.
I'll tell you what, these sponsors are pretty hard to come by, so if you got to put a chicken suit on and jump 80 foot in the sky, hey man, go for it. Get the money, it's hard.
You ever done that?
I'd do it again. Whatever it takes. Sometimes until a point. I don't want to look too ridiculous out there.
Rusty Wallace in a chicken suit. I'd pay to see that.
I've looked stupid many times.
All right, Sorensen has now got plenty of clean air and laps. Maybe he'll be able to move in on Scott Wimmer here, as Wimmer has led the first 50 laps. We are moving in on the first scheduled pit stop. We'll have that and more when we come back. And we welcome you back to the Gateway 250, where we have a new leader here, a new sheriff in town. It is the 41 car right there of Reed Sorensen. And how did he get the lead? Well, just a moment ago, our leader for the first 52.5 laps, Scott Wimmer, came on the pit road. Take a look at the right front. You'll see exactly what the problem was.
Yeah, we see this is the second tire we've seen go down on the right front. Dave Blaney came in earlier with the same problem, and we're watching.
Let's take a look how this happened on the racetrack. What happened at Wimmer. You can see the car starting to move the rear end around a little bit. Now he's going down the front straightaway into turn 1. Let's keep an eye on this because I believe this is where the problem starts to occur. Yep, he's got the right front going down. He's sliding up the track.
Does a great job saving the car.
Great save.
Dave Burns.
And, Doc, they haven't circled anything on that tire yet, indicating where something may have punctured that tire. But spotter Rocky Ryan had told him just a couple of laps while he was getting pressure, from Reed Sorensen, take care of your front tires. This has been a long run. The tires have been on since the start of the race. And just the simple racing hard around this racetrack is starting to take its toll, it looks like.
The track just got so much grip in it. We saw that, you can see that sealer or whatever they put on this track to give it, and it actually gives the tire a lot more grip, and we see that the speeds don't slow down. These cars just keep running the same speed.
Take a look how black the racetrack is, Andy. They sprayed something on this track, and for you drag racing fans, it's almost a chemical like VHT that gives grip to the drag cars, makes more adhesion for the tires. And see, they sprayed it getting down the back straightaway. And honestly, we're watching the lap times right now, and the times are not falling off hardly at all. And we talked earlier, hey, I believe this is really beating up the right front tire.
Yeah, that's hard on the tire when you have that much grip for that long a period of time.
All right, for more information on tire wear, you can log on to ESPN.com, search word know-how, understanding how these tires wear and what happens here on tight, flat racetracks. Reed Sorensen is our leader, took over on lap 54 when you saw that right front tire have a problem for our pole sitter, Scott Wimmer.
Tell you what, a little while ago we were listening to Carl Edwards' radio, and he was complaining about tight also up off the corner, and that car was vibrating the front tires. I'm telling you what, I wouldn't be surprised that he's the next victim to have a right front tire problem.
Yeah, let's listen into what Carl had to say here just a moment ago.
Yeah, it's a kind of a nightmare here, man. Not very good. Way better in 1 and 2 than 3 and 4. 3 and 4 chatters the hell out of the front tires.
Boy, I tell you what, when you turn the wheel, Andy, as a driver, you turn that wheel, it's like driving the front tire over an old-fashioned washboard. The right front tire just vibrates, and he calls it chattering, which that's a good explanation, but that means the tire's biting, skipping, biting, skipping, biting, skipping. Buddy, I'm telling you what, that'll tear a tire up.
Yeah, that's hard on the tires, and I'm sure that's what's happening. You see some of these other cars having tire problems. Wouldn't be surprised if the 60 car wasn't going to be having some of these also.
Well, if you want to know more about tires, we got just the guy to tell you. Our Chevy Cutaway car, one of the all-time great crew chiefs, Tim Brewer. Timmy?
Thanks, Jerry. What Rusty's talking about, when that car goes down in the corner and you've got that load, and it's load, unload, and it's literally tearing to rip the rubber right off of that tire. You got a fan switch in there, and what you can do, you can turn on these brake fan coolers, and through the airflow, you're going to come in here and cool off the bead of this tire. That's going to help it. Is it going to save it? Probably not. But like Rusty says, when that thing's chattered, it's load, unload, and it's trying to rip this stuff off. That's hard to cure right there in the middle of a race. Back up to you guys.
With those cars right on the limit like that little air, it's not going to save, like you said, not going to save the tire, but it will help a little bit. It'll take a little bit of the heat out.
Now, when he's talking about the bead of the tire trying to cool off, what are you trying to cool?
Well, that bead is right where the wheel, the steel part of the wheel and the rubber come together, and that's what they do. That brake rotor, you can see some of these brake rotors glowing red. And now we see the 41 car coming in.
And this would be a bit early, guys, from our calculations on fuel, but here comes Reed Sorensen. He comes down at 45 miles an hour. And remember, again, you got to come in the pit road way off of turn 3, so it takes a long time to get there.
Probably seen some of these tire problems, and they don't want to leave him out there too long, so they're getting him in early.
Yeah, it could be. We're 64 into it. Jamie?
Well, Reed Sorensen brings it on down, leading the first laps he's led all year long, guys. He's saying his car overall is just too tight. They're going to make a track bar adjustment go up to loosen him up a little bit. An air pressure adjustment, 4 tires and fuel, guys. He's the first taker on pit road.
Tell you what, Andy, it's awful early to pit. We estimate between 80 and 85, and now we hear the 22s coming down pit road 2 now. Looks like they're all getting nervous.
Well, they've seen 2 of the top cars have issues here with the right front tire, and now Mike Bliss has been called on the pit road. He will come down to Paul Wolf and Company. We go to Dave Burns.
A great run so far for Mike Bliss. He was one of the fastest cars Friday in practice all night long. And the crew wants to make just a minor adjustment. Crew chief Paul Wolf said, I don't want to adjust you too much, Mike. I know your car's a little bit tight. We're going to make just a slight air pressure adjustment to free that car up. They hope they won't go too far. They need a fast 4-tire stop under green flag conditions here. This Fitz Motorsports car has run very well with Mike Bliss since he's been behind the wheel this season. And this is another good example. Tim McCready on and off pit road as well for Richard Childress Racing. And there goes Bliss.
Good solid stop. Mike Bliss was worried about having a good solid day on pit road because they've had some problems before, but that was a good solid stop for him.
This afternoon when they qualified, these guys were complaining that the cars were just so loose they could hardly get in the throttle. Of course, the track temperature was 131 degrees. Now everyone's saying tight, tight, tight. Got to have track bar, got to have air pressure.
So now you see the problems that they face, and that's what it is. To have these cars handling like they need to at this point in the race, they have to have them so loose to qualify they can't really drive them.
I tell you what, this is Rhonda Fitz team, the number 22 car. He surprises me every week. These guys were struggling last year, and they keep getting better and better. As you take a look at Carl Edwards, he continues to keep milking this thing along the racetrack.
Shannon?
Yeah, that's right. Mike Wallace going to pull his car in. He's going to get 4 tires. Now, this is his 7th start here at St. Louis, but he does have 4 truck starts as the guys go to work on that number 7 Geico car. They are going to give him 4 tires, and then he's going to take off. Guys?
And for Landon Castle, the rookie, the car has done basically what you'd expect. It started a little on the loose side. It went to the tight side. Crew chief Chad Walters not going to make a big adjustment this time. Just air pressure to keep that car in the game. A solid run so far for Castle in his first Busch Series start. Jamie.
And Carl Edwards in. Guys, we heard on the radio he was saying his car was a bit of a nightmare. They're going to put 1 pound in that right rear, take 1 pound out of that right front. Hopefully they're going to fix this car. He said it's just a handful. His tires are chattering. He's losing grip on that front end. They're making a quick stop for Carl Edwards, and he's away.
Got the 99 and 03 coming in. Got the water bottle coming out. Here comes David Rudiman. He is one of the last of the lead cars to come down pit road at 45 miles an hour. And we will head down as he comes down for his first pit stop of the day for one of the cars everyone thought would be one of the guys to beat tonight. Let's head down to Dave Burns.
Crawling down pit road right now, Doc. Here comes Rudiman. They will make a 4-tire change as well. That car for David, when he goes into the corner, as soon as he puts wheel to it, it wants to spin out on it. So they're going to make an adjustment for that, try to reduce that condition just a little bit for Dave. That's actually a good thing, though. The car didn't tighten up to a great degree over the course of the run. And now they're going to clean off the front valence as well. Waiting on the left rear, that's going to cost him just a bit coming off pit road now.
Well, Dave, we had some problems on pit road. Cale Gale having a little issue getting out. When Kelly Byers pulled his number 47 car in, he is there going to do some work on that car as Scott Zipadelli looks down. He said the car is tight in the center of the turn and off turn 2. Raise the track bar, lower right side air pressure, and they're off.
And guys, that 20 car, Travis Kittle, first time we've seen him in the car. He's hoping to be the Cinderella story, making his first appearance in the Busch Series. He wants to prove himself that he belongs here. He started 23rd today, 27 years old, out of Wisconsin. He brings it home down pit road for the first pit stop tonight, and he's down and away.
Imagine the pressure on a young man driving his first race, 3rd Busch Series start, but first ever for Joe Gibbs Racing in a car that's won 4 poles with Denny Hamlin on board. He said, you know what, it's a good race car, and I'm a pretty good race driver. I just need to prove it to these guys.
Well, you know, how would you like to be a guy like that? It's got an opportunity to drive the 20 car, and we're going to tell him, hey, that's good and bad. The good thing is it's a good car. The bad thing is you got a lot of pressure on you, buddy. You better perform, man.
Yeah, you get all kinds of pressure on these young men, but they are responding. Speaking of responding to pressure, how about the guy that drives the Navy car? The 88 car, Brad Keselowski, driving for Dale Earnhardt Jr. He had a pit stop on lap 7 because the car was just wobbling back and forth on the racetrack, made an adjustment. He has driven from 41st spot all the way to the lead, and boy, would this guy love to see a yellow flag right now.
Welcome back to the NASCAR Busch Series at Gateway, presented by Camping World. Our Castrol lap leaders. After 76 laps, Scott Wimmer has done most of the time out in front. You see a few others tacked onto the list through the cycle of green flag pit stops that are now complete. And as a result of the race staying green through that set of pit stops, the guys who had troubles earlier on with the flat tires, Reed Sorensen and Scott Wimmer, they're cycled right back into it. In fact, Sorensen is now the leader, as Brad Keselowski pitted just a minute ago while we were in the break. So Sorensen is first. Wimmer is now back in third. And Andy Petrie, now what these guys need is they need a caution that brings everybody to pit road together to make up for that having to stop earlier than everybody else.
Yeah, Alan, that put them right back in sync, we call it. Just getting everybody back on the same tires and on the same playing field, and then tighten the field up a little bit. And everybody can go racing. The only one that really kind of got hurt on that was Dave Blaney, because he blew that tire out so far from pit road that it cost him a lot of time to get in there. He is on the lead lap, and he's trying to make his way back up. He's in 14th right now.
Guys, one of the drivers that I have been so impressed with tonight is driving his very first ever NASCAR Busch Series race, and he's driving it for a guy named Rick Hendrick. How about 18-year-old Landon Castle? He just turned 18 back on July 7th. And you talk about impressive. I know Chad Walter and the guys do a great job with that car, but this is one tough racetrack, Rusty. This kid's hanging on in the top 5 or 6.
Yeah, but Jerry, you can have a great race car, but if you can't drive it right, it won't look good. But the kid's, he's got a good car, obviously. It looks good on the track, and he's driving it good. So, hey, this is a great day for him right now. We're talking about him. I mean, he's looking great. He's qualified good. And right now he's in 6th position. I'm watching his lap times. He just ran a 34.15, and the leader just ran a 34.19. So he's running pretty doggone good.
We asked this young man about the opportunity and what it means to him to be able to drive this car for Rick Hendrick.
You know, as a little kid, you know, I always wanted to be a race car driver, and I never really, you know, thought of what it would take to get to that level. You know, all the testing and the racing and meeting people and racing across the country and going to big races. Like, you know, when I was a little kid, as far as I was concerned, I was just going to race NASCAR, you know, and that's all that mattered.
Tell you what, take a look at him, Jerry. I mean, I know he's, what is he, 18?
Barely.
Okay, he looks like he's about 14. I'm sorry, he's a good-looking kid, but he must have a big right foot. I mean, that baby must be 20 inches long or something, because he's flat on the throttle right now.
Pretty smart, too. He just let Todd Bodine go and didn't push the issue, just let him go, and he's going to follow him for a few laps.
With more on Landon Castle.
Respect right there. Just stick with him. With P6, 16 cars on the lead lap. You're doing great.
Oh, I would say he's doing great. Obviously, these guys are cheering him on. They got to be very impressed. With more, let's check in with Dave.
And, Doc, that voice you heard was Jeff Dickerson. He's normally the spotter for Kyle Busch in Nextel Cup, keeping Landon calm tonight. But also David Green on top of his pit box, former Busch Series winner many times over. And David is a Hendrick Motorsports employee now, does some testing for them and some driver coaching with young guys like Landon. He's been here this weekend, has spotted for him in practice. And even yesterday in practice, noticed something very interesting. Landon came off a corner very slow. David asked him why. Immediately Landon said, I think I have a flat tire. Sure enough, he did. He saved the car from being wrecked that damn day and said, that's the kind of thing I need my young drivers to notice when they're running fast on the track.
Jerry, I'll tell you what, Jerry, I'd like to hear a little bit more about his background, about Landon's background, because this kid is really amazing me right now.
Yeah, Landon, I mean, here's a kid from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. It's the same hometown that gave us a Masters champion, Zach Johnson. So how about Cedar Rapids getting on the map this year, not only in the Masters and golf, but in the top racing series in stock cars? And this kid's doing a heck of a job. Moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, ran some quad fours, ran some go-karts, Legends car, and now what he's doing, he's testing the car tomorrow for Rick Hendrick for his Cup team. That's how much confidence they have in a young man, and they're still putting him in their first Busch race here tonight.
Well, they've evidently seen a lot more of him than we have. We're just seeing him for the first time tonight, but I tell you, he really impressed me big time. Here's Jason Leffler in the Toyota putting pressure on Ron Hornaday.
Leffler, the pole sitter from Daytona, trying to improve on his 2 third-place finishes this year.
Jerry Leffler right now, he's in the 13th position, and I got a feeling we're going to see more of him. And as the night cools off, the track is definitely changing big time right now, Andy. And as a crew chief, what are you doing right now to try to compensate for this?
Yeah, you got to be making some changes in the car, freeing it up, raising the track bar up, maybe taking a little bit of wedge out, playing with the tire pressures, because the track is going through a little change, a little phase right now where it's changing. Whoa, getting a little bit of pressure now. Ron Hornaday is from Jason Leffler.
And Hornaday's not the kind of cat you want to mess with too much. That's sort of like tugging on Superman's cape when you mess with Ron Hornaday. Now back here at the 10 car, that is the 10 of Dave Blaney. And Shannon, they had an unscheduled stop a moment ago, yet he's finding his way back toward the front.
Well, yeah, he is, but he just came over the radio and told crew chief Ted Owens that he's losing his brakes. It's coming and going. It's just sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not. A very, very frustrated Dave Blaney on the radio right now, guys.
Yeah, this is a real tough racetrack on brakes because the straightaways are so long and the turns are so tight, especially 1 and 2, that they have to just stand on that brake pedal.
And here's a 60 car of Edward just sneaking underneath the Chevrolet of Scott Wimmer. And that is for 3rd position. Although Wimmer says, not so fast, Mr. Carl. I'm going to try to get back up here in turn 1, but Carl outdives him entering the corner.
Now they're way off in their tire sequence right now. Carl's got much better tires than the 29 of Scott Wimmer, so it's not that Carl's got that much faster car. The tires are way different at the moment.
Yeah, we remember the 29 car had a flat tire and had to pit maybe 7 to 10 laps before the 60 car pitted. So there is a little bit fresher tires on the 60. Also, this 60 car seems to start. They don't seem to start the races as strong as they would at the end. Got some big time racing going on right here with the 10 car Blaney.
Well, Brad Coleman had an opportunity to make it 3 wide, getting into turn 1 and backed out of it. Real smart move because that was going to just cause one huge wreck. And he's trying to peek at it again now down the back straightaway.
Brad, think better of it, buddy.
Get out of that throttle. And look at those brake rotors, man. Those babies are on fire on all those guys' cars.
They are racing hard.
Brad Coleman driving for Joe Gibbs, 2nd and 4th his last 2 outings. As he is following Ron Hornaday Jr. With more on Hornaday, let's check in with Dave.
Remember, Doc, in practice yesterday, that car was in the wall as he continues to get pressure from Coleman now, and he will yield the inside line to that 18-year-old. He got into the wall coming off turn 2, and he effected his own repairs on the car. He was so frustrated that he had hit the wall. He got underneath the car, helped the team bang out the right side of that car, and the 77 is still quick, just not quite as pretty as when it started the weekend. Whoa! Back up against the 18.
And the reason these guys are in such a big hurry, see right behind them, that yellow 41, that's the leader. And these guys are the final 3 cars on the lead lap in 13th, 14th, and 15th, and they want to try to stay in front of Reed Sorensen.
I'll tell you, Jerry, Sorensen and Mike Bliss right now, they are flying. They're running 34 20s and laps like that compared to the guys who are getting ready to lap like Brad Coleman. Brad's about 4 or 5 tenths off the second of the speed of Sorensen, and so he's pedaling hard to try to keep that going now. He just doesn't have as good as cars they do at the moment.
All right, what's going on with Stephen Light? Mike?
Well, big problems, a lot of frustration with Stephen Light as after he came down for his original pit stop, went back out on the racetrack and said when he hit the brakes, the car was just shooting up the racetrack. He felt like he was going to spin out at any time. So they brought him down pit road and sent the car back, took away all the adjustments they made on that first stop. Well, it did not correct the problem. This is the 3rd time they've been down pit road in the last handful of laps, and what they've discovered is a broken link on the sway bar, and this does not look good for Stephen Light.
Yeah, I tell you, you break that link on the sway bar, you just absolutely can't drive the car. That sway bar is such a big part of the setup and tying these front wheels together that you just cannot run without it hooked up.
Sort of like breaking the handle on a crutch. There's no way you can get anywhere then because you had nothing to be able to lean against.
That's exactly right.
All right, hard to drive him, but here's a guy that's driving awfully hard. Mike Bliss in the 22 car being shown in 2nd spot, chasing that car, the 41 of Reed Sorensen, who is moving in on the 15th place car of Ron Hornaday Jr. 21-year-old Reed Sorensen trying to get his 3rd career win. He is the leader here early on after lap 91 at Gateway International Raceway. Well, the caution some of these guys really wanted to see has come out now on lap 93. Debris in turn 1, and here they all come down single file, follow the leader at 45 miles an hour. Jamie.
And 21-year-old Reed Sorensen leading, continuing to lead for the first time this year, comes into his pit box. 1 round down on that right rear. He said his brakes are good, 4 tires, fuel. He's looking for his first win, guys, in 2 years. Shannon.
Well, David Reagan pulls his car, and he started 21st, pulled in 9th. He said the brakes are just a little bit funny, and the car is a little pushy. Just a slight adjustment. He said, please do not hurt my forward bite. They're going to fix it with air pressure. Dave.
Bottom of your screen, Mike Bliss said, that's better, but we need more. They're going to pull a spring rubber out of the left rear. That takes a little bit of time, but that's what Mike said he needed. 4-tire change. He's gone.
Watch the race off pit road as you see the pit work there. Carl Edwards punch key in a couple spots. David Rudeman, good stop for Jerry Baxter and company. How about the Hendrick team? +3 spots for Landon Castle. Mike Bliss, they pulled that spring rubber out. You heard Dave talking about that. Cost them 3 spots on that pit stop. What are they trying to accomplish? They're pulling that spring rubber out of the left rear.
They're trying to get that car to turn better, actually stick the front of the car better. If it's got too much left rear spring in it, it's going to make the car tight all around the racetrack. So pulling the spring rubber out is going to make it turn better.
And our Lucky Dog award winner, the Aaron's Lucky Dog Free Pass, goes to Todd Cleaver. He was the first driver 1 lap down and now gets back on the lead lap. As we are under caution for the second time today. And 21-year-old Reed Sorensen is having a great night. How about these guys on pit road? Good effort by Brent Parrott and the Juicy Fruit Boys. Good pit work. Back in just a moment. Well, the NHRA Powerade Series continues in Seattle for race 2 in the critical Western Swing. Resurgent John Force trying to make a mid-season rally. The NHRA Shucks Auto Supply Nationals qualifying coverage begins after our race. Final coverage tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Finishing up caution number 2, they are lined up behind Reed Sorensen and coming to the green flag. Rudeman back in 3rd spot. You get the bird's eye view of him trying to make a move inside the 21 car.
So McCready drove it's a good run McCready had getting down into turn 1 right there, trying to hold on, get this lap back, because he's the first guy in line to get that right now.
He's working hard on the outside of Dave Rudeman.
Yeah, there is a little bit of a second groove starting to come in, it looks like, especially off of turn 2. They're getting a little more momentum. Oh, up the racetrack. I don't know if he got in the wall or not.
Clear. Whoa, good job.
Oh, Bliss, big hit.
Oh, and he gets sandwiched on the side there by the 14 car of Kyle Krisiloff, who had nowhere to go. He had traffic above him, and Bliss's car comes down across the racetrack.
Bad damage.
That's a hard wreck right there.
Kyle had nowhere to go on that one and just a victim.
What happened to Mike Bliss? I mean, he was having a great run, running 2nd and 3rd. He just made that rubber in the spring rubber chain.
I think it might have been just a chain reaction from when we saw the 21 car almost crash and everybody kind of checked up. He may have gotten tagged.
Oh, Kenny Wallace involved in it. This is a big, big problem for him. He was really looking forward to this race.
Caution number 3 on the night. Kenny Wallace, driving for Richard Childress Racing, been talking about this opportunity for a month and a half. Was so thrilled that RC called him about getting a chance to win here at the home racetrack. Let's take a look and now watch the 21 go high.
He just got loose, Andy. It looked like getting in the rear and kicked out, brought it up the track. But when that happened, he slows up.
Yeah, it looked like the 24 car just got into the back of Mike Bliss in the 22. Then it sets this up right here where you see the 14 car come in there and hit him really hard in the side.
All right, different angle here. Now watch a 21 go up. See if you can see the left side of your screen here as he goes across the racetrack. Watch the 22 come into your picture here as he comes back around. There's the tag. You can just barely see the contact.
Well, you can see it all started with the 21 when he got loose and went up the racetrack. It startled everybody. And then the wreck and just keeps happening behind it. We got tagged from Landon Castle. The 14 car comes through of Kyle Krisiloff, and there's a wrecking way behind him. Everybody's trying to slow down, and they stay wrecking.
It looked like Kenny Wallace was trying to get up across a racetrack, up, out, away from those spinning cars, and he might have got a little tap from behind. There's Kenny. One of the fan favorites, 3-time most popular driver in the Busch Series. And, man, the fans were on their feet when they saw Kenny go out to qualify, as they were with Stephen and Mike. They love the Wallaces here at Gateway International. Not been a good night thus far. Under caution for the 3rd time here tonight, lap 98. A chain reaction crash involving Mike Bliss and Landon Castle. And, of course, Kenny Wallace also involved, as was Kyle Krisiloff.
You know the day destroys the night. Night divides the day.
This ESPN telecast of the NASCAR Busch Series at Gateway is available in high definition on ESPN2 HD, presented by Vizio. Under caution here, great crowd on hand at Gateway International Raceway. Hard impact for Mike Bliss in the door there in the right side door. Kyle Krisiloff, who had nowhere to go. It was a chain reaction crash that took place on lap 98, starting when this 21 car got up high and the tap came from behind by Landon Castle.
And you see all these other guys start crashing behind. Just everybody gets on the brakes trying to avoid the wreck, and then the first guy up front gets tagged by the guy behind, and it just sets it all up.
Okay, a couple different angle looks. Watch the 77 car. Now, Chase Miller's in the 9. Watch the 77. Might have had some contact with Kenny Wallace. That's Hornaday, the 77. Watch Wallace's 2 car come up and tag the outside wall.
Yeah, these guys just victims of this whole mess right here. Weren't even anywhere near the start of the wreck.
It's just amazing how a crash can happen. In fact, it wasn't a crash. The 21 car gets a little loose. And let's watch Kenny here. He's right on the bottom of the racetrack. No problem. He gets taken.
Caution.
He gets hit from behind because of the chain reaction. Everybody trying to slow up.
Big boys.
Yeah, Kenny could see what was happening. He backs off the gas and then just gets hit from behind.
All right, Brad Coleman's on board.
See how fast things happen here, and you can't see very well with all this smoke. Brad Coleman does a great job of weaving through it.
Well, Brad Coleman was right above Kyle Krisiloff, which is one of the reasons Kyle couldn't move up, and Brad happened to be in the right place at the right time. He got through completely unscathed. Well, we continue under caution here. Caution number 3 on the night. Cleanup continues. We'll come back with a green flag in a moment.
This is Marty Reed in Lexington, Ohio, and this week the battle for the championship continues as Scott Dixon tries to make it 3 wins in a row and gain on season points leader and Indy 500 champ Dario Franchitti. The IndyCar Series winds the road to the championship with the turns of the historic Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Danica Patrick will start second alongside pole sitter Helio Castroneves. The Honda IndyCar 200 at Mid-Ohio Sunday, 1:30 Eastern on ABC.
Cleanup continuing here in St. Louis. Caution flag out as ESPN brings you the NASCAR Busch Series from Gateway International Raceway. Reed Sorensen out in front of Carl Edwards, David Ruderman, Landon Castle, and Scott Wimmer under the yellow flag. And inside the ESPN pit studio, Alan Bestwick with Brad Daugherty. You know, we were hearing Doc Punch a little while ago call Reed Sorensen 21 years old. And Brad, we've been talking about these kids all night. I guess it's easy to forget that because Reed's been around a little while, he's only 21.
Yeah, he is, Alan. You're exactly right. And I remember watching Reed Sorensen back running Bandoleros and Legends cars. And that was just like 6 or 7 years ago. So he is a young guy, and he's one of the first guys who really broke into this level at that really young, tender age. And he's doing a great job. He's out front right now.
Overcome a flat tire earlier in the race. You see Carl Edwards now back up to second after struggling earlier on. Mike Bliss, involved in that hard crash a minute ago, is with Shannon now.
Mike Bliss, great car all day, disappointing. Was there any way for you to avoid that?
Avoid it? I got ran into. I don't know who was driving the 24. I do. It looked like some 10-year-old. And he waved me down the front straightaway, waved me by, let me by, and then runs right in the back of me. You know, it really makes me mad. You know, our Family Dollar Dodge was real fast. We had a chance to win the race tonight. And I don't know why he ran into me. You know, you wave him by, and he friggin' runs right into you.
All right, very disappointed Mike Bliss, guys.
It's a very frustrating night for Bliss, who did have a chance to win the race tonight, but now will be in the garage area and
Kenny
done
Wallace
for the night. There is Landon Castle, who continues in 4th spot in his NASCAR Busch Series debut for Hendrick Motorsports, the 18-year-old out of Iowa.
Yeah, it looks like he may have made a mistake and run into the back of Mike Bliss. Mike Bliss had a super fast race car. It's unfortunate. That's the way it goes.
Getting close to the restart here, and got Carl Edwards back up into 2nd spot. Carl talking a minute ago to his crew about strategy, the condition of his car. Listen in.
Doing a good job down there, PK. Just think smart. This is very likely going to be a strategy race. You know that. You guys are doing good. Notice I didn't say a damn thing. Just do whatever you guys got to do. 10-4. Everyone will still have to stop one more time to the end.
All right, for more on the radio talk, log on to ESPN.com. Search word communications. You see PK there, the crew chief, talking to Carl a moment ago. And Obviously, this caution flag, we've been bragging on the impressive performance by the youngster, 18-year-old Landon Castle, but obviously a mistake there and cost some people some pretty good race cars.
Well, he really did, but he's been running really good, and he's going to learn from this mistake. When he goes back, he'll totally figure this out. And I'm sure he feels bad about it, but he caused a big wreck right there. But that's just being 18, Andy, don't you think?
Yeah, they just got to keep the reins pulled back on these young guys to keep them. They're so enthusiastic, they want to get out there and do well right now.
Lots of tight traffic. They're all bunched up behind the pace car. And as you heard Alan say, a 21-year-old, although he's a 21-year-old veteran, Reed Sorensen will lead him down side by side as we listen into the spotters and go full throttle.
Ready? Are you ready? Ready. Green. Inside. Clear. Slow cars on the bottom. Clear by 2. Mark here, buddy. Inside, your show car side. Inside bumper clear. Still there. My rear. Still there. Outside. Clear. All clear. Good job, man. Outside. Clear by 10 on the 25. Just shoot him. 47 car corner outside. Clear by 2. All clear.
All right, Dodge, Ford, Toyota, and Chevrolet. You couldn't ask for better parity than that here in the NASCAR Busch Series. Reed Sorensen's Dodge, great run for the Chip Ganassi team, but look at Carl Edwards. This car is getting better and better as the race progresses. And as you watch this battle, let's check in. I think where Shannon is caught up with a disappointed Kenny Wallace.
That's right, Kenny Wallace, hometown boy here from St. Louis. How emotional has this day been for you, Kenny?
Well, it's been devastating because I thought I was going to fight for the lead, and have a chance to win. They dropped the green flag and couldn't go anywhere. I was tight in the middle, but this will be pretty tough to get over because I got the car that I wanted to try to win this race. So I'm at loss for words right now. Just really, really disappointed.
All right, we'll let Kenny go. Back to you guys.
Well, he was so excited to drive this car, but on the other hand, you just don't take a driver that hasn't been in the car all year long and stick him in and say, go win right now. It just doesn't happen. You need to be in that thing a little bit. You take a look at Scott Wimmer. He's done a great job out there with Richard Childress Racing. He's understanding this car.
Got two guys here getting together.
Contact.
Going around behind. Your caution's out. Good.
That's what I was talking about. These young guys, you got to pull the reins back on them.
Travis Kittleson in the 20 car and the 24 car. Landon Castle coming together. Joe Gibbs car number 20 and Rick Hendrick car number 24. Two young drivers getting an opportunity, and they had some contact here. Heavy damage on the front of that National Guard Chevy. And the 88 also involved Brad Keselowski and the Dale Earnhardt Jr. on machine. Right front damage there. He'll have to come on the pit road. Let's see if we can show you what happened here to bring out caution number 4.
Good cars, ain't nothing you can do.
As I tell you, it looks like the 20 car of Travis Kittleson got in and got loose. I didn't see him run in and hit the 24, but you see a rear end coming around and up into Landon.
Yeah, the 20 car was fighting to stay that first car one lap down in case the caution did come out. He could get the lucky dog.
Let's take a look for Mike Wallace's car now outside see what he thought. Yeah, both of them get sideways, and when they're sliding, Andy.
Inside. Reckon in front of you, down low. Come on.
Just two guys, two young guys racing hard.
Come on.
Mike's probably going to just let this thing stop for a minute. I haven't hit anything yet, but I almost got hit 10 times.
Now watch the 03. Todd Bodine just gets through. Keselowski not quite so lucky. Mike Wallace makes a good hard left and gets it through. All right, from Cale Gale's onboard camera.
Back it down. Hey, come on. Got it, come on. Hey, another wreck. Come on, clear.
You can see how much the spotters do help him. Because he said that even after he cleared that wreck, there was another wreck happening, so he was trying to clear it too.
Yes, I tell you what, I don't know how many cars we've crashed here in these last two caution flags, but it's probably upward to 15 to 20 cars that have damage on their cars right now, and significant damage. They're going to finish this race, but you got the left front fender tore off the 20 car. You have got the right front fender tore off the 88 car, Brad Keselowski, which is going to ruin his day. And he had a great run going.
Had a nice calm race going up till now. His last few cautions here have just wreaked havoc on these guys.
Keselowski had driven this car from the back of the pack 41st after that first pit stop all the way to 12th, back after a pit stop all the way back into the top 15, and now you see there Wes Ward and company trying to cut some of that right front fender away.
Well, I can tell you right now, if Dale Jr.'s listening, stay with this kid. He's doing a good job for you. He was a victim of a problem right there that he didn't start, so he had a good-looking car. Wes was doing a great job getting this thing handling good for him, too.
Dave Rogers and company working on Travis Kittleson's number 20. The young man who now lives in Merritt Island, Florida, making his third NASCAR Busch Series career start, but first of the year. Involved in an incident here with the 24 car of Landon Castle to bring out caution number 4 here on lap 109. It all broke loose in turns 1 and 2. Back with a green flag in a moment. Back at Gateway International Raceway, Madison, Illinois, NASCAR Busch Series coverage, working the 4th caution flag of the night, coming out on lap 109. Now let's show you what happened a moment ago. Now watch very carefully as Landon Castle here will wave out the left side window. He will wave Scott Wimmer by. Watch his hand come out the window.
Yeah, I got to give the young guy credit here. He's trying to give this spot to Scott Wimmer, but right here is where things kind of go bad. Scott Wimmer drives underneath the 24, and then here comes Travis Kittleson. He's a lap down, trying to stay on the lead lap, trying to be that first car lap down. Drives inside the 24. 24 doesn't give him quite enough room, but really the 20 car shouldn't have been there to start with. He should have been watching these guys trying to play some give and take and let's just sort out a little bit, and he tried to force it in there and caused a wreck between these two guys.
So whose fault was that?
Well, I tell you what, I hear what Andy's saying, but as a driver, I mean, Travis is the first guy to get the lucky dog, get the lap back, so he's probably feeling self-induced pressure to get that spot, get past whoever's around me so I can fend off these cats behind me. Unfortunately, he didn't get the lucky dog, and that move ended up getting him in trouble.
Yeah, just a little over anxious, both of them. It's really both of them's fault.
Yeah, 2 drivers making their very first NASCAR Busch Series starts of the year, and troubles in the corner. Let's check in with Jamie.
Well, guys, in that first big pileup, you guys were talking about Brad Keselowski and what a great job he did avoiding it. Well, then just a couple laps later, we saw another incident that involved Brad. He's back here in the garage. The one thing that Junior did not want, you did not want, you wanted to bring it home in one piece. Brad, what did you see in front of you?
Something happened there with the 20 car. He was, we're all fighting for the lucky dog, hoping to catch a break there, and we gained a couple spots out of him, and he was the next guy for us to get the lucky dog. We were right behind him, and something happened where he spun out. He had got sideways for about 3 laps there, and eventually finished it off. And unfortunately, it took our Navy Monte Carlo with us, but it needs a radiator and stuff. They'll get that fixed, and we'll be right back out.
All right, that is good news for Brad Keselowski, guys. He wants to get back out there. I swear, I think it's about 180 degrees inside that cockpit right now.
And I bet a lot of that's coming out from inside that helmet right now. He's pretty upset because he had a good race car, and he's driven the heck out of that car from the back of the pack twice to get it back in the top 15, and it gets hit like that, and has to spend time in the garage area.
Well, let me tell you what, he's probably upset. There's a whole bunch of them upset, but get ready for it, because you know what? That's NASCAR. Everybody has problems, and it's growing pains, and you go through it. Then it starts to minimize and get better.
Well, we talk about how important it is to have good brakes here. We've seen brakes that work, brakes that don't work, brakes that glow in the dark. For more on brakes, what about our expert? Tell us about him. Here's Tim Brewer at the Chevy Cutaway car.
Thanks, Jerry. This is a conventional pad where you'd run most of the racetracks, mile and a quarter, mile. You don't use a lot of brake. Check this pad out. The one on the bottom, about 30% bigger. That's a short track brake pad right there with about a 6-piston Brembo caliper. If I'm a betting guy, I'm going to bet on a bigger brake pad to win the race tonight. How about you, Rusty?
Hey, what? I totally agree with you, Tim. The more brakes, the better. I've never had too many brakes, you know. Kind of like having too much gas. The only time I've ever had too much gas when I'm on fire, man. So I want those brakes.
Yeah, the 6-piston Brembo caliper. That's the big time. That's on tool time, Tim. That'd be like the big Benford 500. You know, that's
big time money too, buddy. Yeah. It's expensive.
We've been seeing those clouds of black dust in the pits when these guys make pit stops. That's all that brake pad, and you want to have that big giant pad in there if you're going to be using them like that.
Not how fast you go on these kind of tracks. It's how fast you stop, and some of them aren't doing a very good job of stopping.
Mike Rusty on ESPN, you got me?
You got ESPN, you got me? Go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got through that wreck. You did a great job getting through there. Are you working on your car to get that thing a little better, or are you still struggling with it?
Struggling with it just a little bit. Right now, you know, it's kind of the race within the race. We're trying to get the lucky dog that we can get back on that lead lap. Early in the first part of the race, we were rolling the bottom of 3 and 4 here really good. This last run, we were a little too free, but, you know, hopefully we can get a stay in position here, get a good quick caution, come and work on it a little bit, and race them for the end.
All right, it looks like you're in pretty good shape right now for the lucky dog. I mean, these restarts have been pretty tough. Just got to get those tires warmed up and watch out. We've lost about 15 cars here, it looks like, in this last couple wrecks.
We're very fortunate here not to be in the middle of any of them. We were in the middle of them. We just didn't get gathered up in them in any way, but hopefully we can bring the Geico Chevrolet home to a good finish, get ourselves inside the top 10 in the points here in the driver's points tonight is what we're trying to do.
All right, buddy, you're doing a great job. Bring her home.
Thank you.
Hey, Jerry Kennan, it's Andy Petrie up here. You got a copy?
Andy, I got a copy on you.
Hey, Jerry, what kind of adjustments are you having to make on your car there? You know, he started out, wasn't too good, but now he looks like he's in a pretty good position. So what have you done? What have you adjusted on?
Last time we talked about doing a little air pressure adjustment. Might have got a little too free, but on the next set, we've got another adjustment. So we'll try to get the lucky dog here and go from there.
10-4, Jerry. You guys have a good race.
All right, thank you, Andy.
All right, Shannon, you will see Jerry Kennan there and calling the shots now for the last 3 events with Mike Wallace. Let's check in where Shannon is caught up with the young 18-year-old Landon Castle.
That's right, Landon Castle doing a great job on the track today. Tell me what happened with the 20 car out there.
I let the car behind me go, and National Guard Chevrolet just got jumped underneath by a lap car and just turned me in the fence. So I think it's a racing deal, you know, it just move on to the next week. We're going to Indy, we're really excited. The crew did a great job tonight, got me in and out of the pits, gained spots every time. So I'm just really excited to bring National Guard Chevrolet to Indy.
All right, smiles on his face even though it's an early night. He will get another chance next week, guys, in Indianapolis.
And that kid has lots of talent. You will hear about Landon Castle, I believe, for many, many years to come. Back at Gateway International Raceway, still under caution for the 4th time today as we check in down in the pits where Shannon is caught up with one of the drivers involved in the incident.
That's right. Kyle Krisloff has just now come out of the infield care center. How are you? You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. A little banged up, but I'm okay.
Can you tell me what happened out there?
You know, I just went down 1 and 2 after the restart. I saw Mike get sideways, and I hit him, obviously. I think, you know, 24, somebody might have got up into him. I couldn't really tell, but it just stinks, you know. It was just a restart halfway through the race. Shouldn't have happened, you know.
All right, well, we'll see you next week. Guys, this is Kyle Krisloff's 4th DNF this season.
Young man had nowhere to go, has been getting better and better as the weeks progress, and looking for good things in the future for Kyle Krisloff. Well, getting set for the restart here at Gateway International. Reed Sorensen has led 4 times for 51 laps. Great crowd on hand. These fans here in the Heartland love NASCAR. They love the NASCAR Busch Series. They've been coming here for 11 years, dating back to 1997. Could Reed Sorensen duplicate his performance in 2005 when he won it? We'll find out as the green flag waves and Reed will lead him down. Carl Edwards on the inside, last year's winner, and Carl got a great jump entering turn 1.
They rode the car really hard down in the corner. And here they rubbed fenders, rubbed tires. Racing really hard on this restart, trying to get that track position. Here comes the 99 on the inside.
Well, look at Rudeman, the 99, the Toyota, and right behind him, he brings Wimmer with him.
Tell you what, this track position is everything in the world, and you can see they're really fighting for it. Generally, the guy gets out front. It's awful hard to pass him because you lose that aerodynamic downforce. And when you lose that downforce, that front end doesn't stick. Look at that bottoming out, Andy.
See those sparks fly when Carl Edwards slams on the brakes to get in the corner.
And this front grandstand of fans on their feet waving one of the local heroes, one of the favorite sons, Carl Edwards from nearby Columbia, Missouri, went to high school, went to college, was a substitute teacher, came here begging for a ride a few years ago, and has now become a hero in NASCAR.
He's driving the wheels off that car. 81 laps to go. You think he's driving it like there's 8 laps to go.
I tell you, Bo Down, we talked about him earlier. You know, I asked you, I said, it wouldn't surprise you if he got into victory lane. You said no. Mike, you got more?
Well, yeah, Rusty, you know, after qualifying 24th, Todd Bodine was much less than happy. He felt he had a much better car than that, but now as he's run pretty strong this evening, most of the night inside the top 10, it seems like the emotion of race day has changed quite a bit.
That was a little close, not bad. Pretty good, just, you know, a little loose off like it started last run. Yeah, I'd say that's a little close. Brad was right behind you, and he got in. Can't shave any closer than that one. Got no rumble strips are there, huh? Yeah. Senior, you having fun yet? Yes, a little bit. I know I am.
And the confidence continues to grow for Todd Bodine and this team. Mike Hillman Sr. came over the radio not too long ago and told Todd Bodine that after 30 or 40 laps on his tires, he doesn't feel like anybody can run with him.
Wow, and Reed Sorensen coming back as the caution now waves again. And got a car stuck down in turns 1 and 2. There is the 25 car and has had some hard contact. That's Richard Johns in the backup car. He had problems in qualifying with the primary car. Looks like he's hit both ends of it, Andy.
Yeah, this is the second car he's torn up today. This looks similar to the car that he crashed in qualifying.
Driving the Ed Renzi number 25, normally driven by David Gill. And let's see if we can see what happened entering turn 1.
This is almost identical to qualifying. It gets down into turn 1, it gets loose. Just tore the whole back end of the car up.
Let's take a look at the qualifying lap, Andy, and see what happened there, because you're right. It looked awful similar going into the corner. He's qualifying. He kind of stays out. Car's already loose. Can't get it to the bottom. It backs it in the wall. Bam.
Almost identical.
Tell you what.
The only thing different is the sun's out right here when he was qualifying.
Now here's what happened just a moment ago here in traffic entering turn 1.
Almost, you can see his marks from qualifying going up there. He hits just a little bit farther down, but it's exactly the same kind of wreck.
Tell you can't hardly tell any difference at all. I mean, when they go back to the shop this week, they're going to have to call their frame guy up and say, give me 2 of these, baby, because that's what it's going to take to fix them.
All right, could these be the final pit stops of the night? If we go green, which we haven't been able to thus far, this could be very critical. This could be the money stop. Here comes Carl Edwards leading him down at 45 miles an hour. Jamie Little.
And Carl Edwards fought his way back to the lead. As you said, all the fans still standing on their feet as he makes his way down pit road. They're going to make a track bar adjustment, just go up 1 round. Carl comes in for 4 tires and fuel at this point. So, guys, they're not sure if they'll be able to make it to the end. They're going to be about 5 laps short. They're going to get as much fuel as they can in there for leader and local homeboy, Carl Edwards. Let's go to Dave.
David Runeman will be short on fuel as well unless they get a lot of caution laps that help the fuel mileage, and he will just gas in, go in that right side tires for the 99.
All right, Andy, crew chief, right side tires only for the 99.
The tires are holding up so well that I think the reason they're taking right sides is they're kind of worried about the durability of those right fronts because they're getting so much grip. But the tire doesn't lose any speed. That's going to be that's probably a good strategy move at this point.
Yeah, I believe 2 tires is not a bad move at all, because we know one thing: if these guys get in the back of the pack, they just can't seem to get to the front quick enough.
And Rusty, 1 round up on the track bar on the 60 car.
And I'll tell you what, the 60 car, it's been amazing me. He really was, Jerry. I mean, that front end's been up in that car, and he's still got it going. But hey, took a look at Mike Wallace here. He just got the Aaron's Lucky Dog free pass that he wanted so bad, so he just got it back now.
Mike Wallace, who finished 2nd here in 2005 at the NASCAR Busch Series, racing here with all the home state fans in the stands. And Stephen Wallace had a problem early on with a brake failure, and Kenny Wallace has been involved in a chain reaction crash. And now Mike Wallace, the remaining family member of the Wallace, now being shown back on the lead lap in 15th position.
All right, Andy, come on, help me out with this one now. The 03's leading the race.
Well, he couldn't make it all the way, evidently, from here, so he stayed out. He didn't pit.
Mike, you got more on the 03 car?
Yeah, Rusty, and judging by the radio conversation between Todd Bodine and Mike Hillman Sr., it doesn't look like that was the actual planned strategy. After he came down the front straightaway, Todd Bodine pretty much apologized to his team, saying he was sorry, and he should have made the call to come down. But trying to really make sense of it, he said, we'll find out what the value of clean air is here. But as far as fuel goes, they feel like they're about 15 laps short.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not for sure that's going to hurt him, though, Doc, because everybody's got to stop one more time, and he's going to have to stop. But if they do get enough cautions, Andy, Carl Edwards might make it.
Stop.
All right, Todd Bodine, the 1986 NASCAR Busch Series, made his debut. 15 wins. This is his 317th career NASCAR Busch Series restart. You see that he has had some Nextel Cup experience, so looking for his first win there. And last year he won here at this racetrack and went on to win the 2006 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship, the first drivers and manufacturers championship for Toyota in a major NASCAR series in just their 3rd year in competition. And they came here tonight, the NASCAR Busch Series, and the total focus was Steve Germain said, I want to make my debut with a NASCAR Busch Series Toyota Camry and be the first owner to win in a Busch Series with a Toyota. Under caution here for the 5th time tonight, coming out on lap 122. Pit stops have been the order of the day. Good pit work for David Rudiman's crew. Back at Gateway International Raceway, and Todd Bodine did not pit. He stayed on the racetrack, and he is leading here. The last time he led a NASCAR Busch Series race, how about October 2003, almost 4 years ago. But he is showing the way here with just 73 laps to go.
Okay, this young driver here, Todd Bodine, he's not a young man now. Got a little bit of age on him, but I remember when he was young, he was really aggressive.
And he's still very aggressive, and he's a fast race car driver. These guys are going to have, they look really good out front right now, but this strategy is not working in their favor, because I think later here in this run, these guys are going to have to pit, and a lot of these guys are probably not going to have to.
And it's looking like Carl Edwards, if he conserves fuel enough, he can probably make this thing. It's very, very tight on fuel right now for Edwards.
All right, let's listen into some conversations about the fuel situation with Carl Edwards.
Hey, okay, listen, so to explain to me the fuel situation, we are close to being able to make it now on one stop or now to the end? Now to the end.
Okay, it's close to making it now to the end. So now, the next conversation we're going to have in a little bit is, do I need to conserve still? Are you comfortable? Are you not comfortable? That's going to be the driver second guess the crew chief, and the crew chief guessing the driver. Carl's a smart guy. He's had to save fuel before. And I think that's probably their only shot to make it, Andy.
Yeah, he's not saving fuel right now. He's racing pretty hard for some spots. There's 71 laps to go. And if we have some caution flags in there, he'll be able to stretch that fuel and be able to make it to the end.
We heard our pit announcers say that based on the calculations, these guys would be about 5 laps shy. They pitted with 77 laps to go. Now, how many caution flags, if you're a crew chief, do the figuring for us, how many caution laps do they need to be able to make it now?
Okay, rule of thumb is you can take 2 caution laps would equal 1 green flag lap. So if they need 5 green flag laps, and that's what they're talking about here, then they'd need about 10 more caution laps here to get that.
I'll tell you one thing that's really amazing. We talked to a lot of crew guys down in the infield, and we pretty well calculated that 80 to 85 laps these guys can run, but these short tracks are burning a lot of fuel, a lot of in the throttle, out of the throttle, and this took the fuel mileage and has killed it. And almost everybody's pitting earlier than they thought they would.
All right. And here comes Sorensen, the 41 car. Here comes Scott Wimmer up there going by the 33. There's Sorensen in the 41, pulling right up now within a half a car length of the 60, who gets right in the back of the 42.
That's too bad. That was...
Carl got in the back of him, took him out accidentally. 1, 2, 3 cars in that accident. Looks like the 42 is going to get out unscathed.
He was having a great run, too, Kevin Hamlin. We haven't talked about him much, but he's been up in the top 10 just about the whole race.
Yeah, great run for Kevin Hamlin. See the 27 there also involved, and a bit of a spin there. That's the veteran. Jason Keller. Bill Gale, the 33, trying to get his car turned around.
Carl just had a good run. Coming off of turn 2, and just couldn't do it, Andy.
He just got up in the back of Kevin Hamlin. These guys racing hard down in the corner. Carl's got a great car here, and he's got 4 new tires. These other cars are cars that either stayed out or took 2. He just gets right into the back of the 42. Just a light tap, but doesn't take much.
Well, tell you what, the positive thing, that's a bad thing for Carl Edwards and Kevin Hamlin's mind, everybody's mind. Now, you don't ever want to see a driver take another driver out, but it's probably going to help Edwards. I know he didn't mean to do that. But now these caution flags are really going to help on the fuel. And he's going to be the beneficiary out of this whole deal that he started.
Wow, Scott Wimmer did a great job to miss those guys. Yeah. 33 car didn't miss, got into the wall here. Ride with Cale Gale in the 33 right here. You see this wreck happen just in front of him. There's nothing he can do to try to avoid that.
And you're sliding through that grass, you're holding on, you don't want it to hit anything, and you're sliding and sliding, and all of a sudden, bam.
Jason Keller also involved.
Well, it is a typical short track carnage on a track that is 1 1/4 miles long. That's why the folks love coming to Gateway International Raceway here. That's why they pack them in, because this is what kind of show the NASCAR Busch Series drivers put on. It has been a very busy night so far.
Caution. Going around behind you. Caution's out.
Still under the caution flag at Gateway International Raceway, the NASCAR Busch Series in yellow number 6 tonight. A lot of young drivers in the field tonight who have used up a little bit of sheet metal.
Yeah, but they've all been victims too, Al. Let's be fair. The young guys have had a tough night staying out of the way. Let's put it that way.
It's been an event-filled night. I think that's the polite way to say it. A lot of multi-car crashes here, and some young guys have learned some lessons the difficult way in this event. And now we've got a really interesting situation set up where some different strategies have been played. The fast guys who've done most of the leading tonight are trapped back in traffic, and a guy out front doesn't have enough fuel to make it to the finish, and some of the guys between the fast guys and the guys that are up front now are on older tires or didn't take any tires on the last pit stop. It could get a little wild between you and the checkered flag.
Baby. That's what makes it great. Let's do it.
All right. Todd Bodine is out in front. He's the guy that's going to need gas between now and the finish of this thing. And then you got David Rudiman right behind him, Doc. This could get a little wild.
Yeah, watch the 03 and the 9. Now, we're under caution here for the 6th time a day. Watch the little contact here.
Oh, I tell you what,
he's got some real damage. Todd got some damage out of that. That hurt his fender. This is the 9 car going around. He's a lucky dog, and he's going by the leaders here to get his lap back. NASCAR motioning him around.
And Andy, a lot of the times the spotters are saying, here comes a car lap down, lucky dog. But it looks like it knocked the camber out of that car.
Yeah, he's got some problems here. He's going to have a tire rub here on the restart. He's going to have to get that fixed.
He's definitely going to start pushing the front end. He's lost a lot of downforce in that right front corner there.
Yeah, he started back in 24th position. That's the furthest back anyone would ever start and have won here. Where are the Toyotas running? Todd Bodine first, Rudiman in second, Leffler third, and Blaney, who's had some issues with a tire problem, back in 34th position. And with more on David Rudiman, let's check in his pits with Dave Burns.
Doc, can you keep a secret?
Sure.
All right. Don't tell anybody, but Crew Chief Jerry Baxter radioed to David Rudiman. He said, when you cross the start-finish line at lap 135 under caution, you bought me enough time and fuel to get you to lap 200 with a little bit to spare. David Rudiman will not have to come in for fuel anymore tonight.
Well, I won't tell anybody if you don't, Doc.
I promise I won't tell a soul. I'm sure nobody on pit road heard that. So, I mean, how about that for Rudiman, though? That could be exactly what he do. Now, how aggressive can he be? Can he drive the car normally, or does he still have to save a little bit?
He's still going to drive it. He's going to drive it hard because to win the race, he's going to have to race hard.
I'll tell you, I'll give you a secret now. If I was the guy in the 03 car, Todd Bodine, I would use that last caution to come down and put gas because he can't make it and fix that right front fender.
All right, what's going to happen with Todd Bodine? We know he needs gas. Rudiman can make it all the way. Bodine has some right front fender damage. How will that impact the start? Pace car getting ready to pull away. They're going to come down to the green flag. Let's listen in as we go full throttle.
Pace car's off. Pace car's off. Stay ready. Don't get too big of a round, guys. Ready. Green flag, green flag, green flag. We're behind 30 degrees, middle of the backstretch. All clear in front of here, all clear in front of you. Clear by one. Inside, still there. Still there, inside, 35 inside, left rear corner, still there, gonna be there on the corner. Fill it out here, all clear. Inside, still there. 2 by 2. Clear low, clear low.
All right, Rudiman knows the leader's got a damaged race car. He's going to try to take advantage of him in turn 3, and Rudiman takes the inside and takes the lead.
Yeah, one thing that's important, how long can the 03 hang on with that right front fender knocked in? I don't see any smoke. That's a good sign because I would have swore that right front would have been rubbing on that tire. Doesn't look at that pass on the inside of 41 of Sorensen.
Gets by Carl Edwards. It's 3 wide, getting into 1.
That's for 4th place. Sorensen holds the inside, shoves Edwards to the outside groove.
Okay, well, that was a great move on Sorensen. He needed to clear that car to get the track position he needed to get. But Carl Edwards, pretty smart driver in his part, because I got a feeling the NASCAR's got an eyeball on the 60 car right now with that last caution just happened.
He's going to have to chill out here just a little bit, cool it. But he's got to get up through there. He's got to pass some cars to get to the lead.
And we have a caution waving. Yellow flag, Kevin Moss. A NASCAR flagman waves the yellow for debris in turn 1. That will bring out caution number 7. As we have 61 laps to go, and Toyota, and Toyota, by the way, in the top 3 here tonight.
I just can't believe that fender didn't rub any harder on the 03 of Todd Bodine. But they may have to get down, use this caution to get down and fix that thing and get some gas in there.
I'd still like to know, Andy, what positions what kind of situation is Todd Bodine in right now with fuel? How far can he go? And should he use this caution to come down and get the fuel and get the tires so he's got enough time left to get back to the front.
Yeah, he pitted on lap 94, so he obviously was one of them along with Todd Cleaver that stayed out and Jason Leffler who stayed out. But they are obviously getting ready down there. Mike Hillman and company. This is a team that won the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series championship a year ago. They're third in the truck points this year with one win at Texas, but trying to get it done here in the Busch Series. Mike?
Pit. Todd Bodine is headed down pit road. They were planning on staying out and perhaps stretching their fuel mileage until they were clipped earlier on the racetrack. Now the plan is to come down pit road and repair that right front fender. They're contemplating a two-tire change, so that's something to watch for as well with Todd Bodine.
Well, it's going to be key to see what everybody else does because there's only 15 cars in the lead lap right now. And if he puts 4 new tires in that thing, he could get himself back up to the front.
All right, Todd Bodine will be able to try to get this car on pit road, get that fender fixed, put a couple of right sides on it. We'll update all that when we come back in just a moment.
Getting ready to go back under the green flag here at Gateway International Raceway St. Louis. It's pretty calm the first part of the race. 1 caution first 93 laps, 49 laps since. 6 yellow flags.
Yeah, they're really getting calmed up at different times. A lot of cautions, but I tell you, Jason Leffler's made a nice move to get himself up towards the front. David Ruderman, nice pass on the bottom of Todd Bodine. I think we're getting ready to see a couple of more cautions. These boys are really, really busy.
Todd Bodine did pit under the yellow flag. He is back at the end of the lead lap cars. Guy to keep an eye on is the guy in that yellow car, Reed Sorensen. Key pass on Carl Edwards in traffic a few minutes ago has got him up to 3rd place with the freshest tires of the lead 3.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
He's doing a great job. But like I say, boy, there's a lot of impatience still. They're going at it hard.
Doc, you think we're done with the caution flag for tonight?
I agree with the big fella beside you. I believe we're going to get a couple more before this one's over. It's been quite a slugfest. And we're coming down to the green flag, and it's the Toyota of Ruderman who will lead him down looking for his very first Busch win. Jason Leffler, you see he's just a half a car length back behind David Ruderman off the rear deck of a Toyota. It's Toyota, Dodge, and Ford, the top 4, then the Chevy of Scott Wimmer.
I'll tell you what, don't count out Leffler now. He's got a brand new car. He likes the way that car's handled. Got that big Toyota horsepower under the hood. And he's peeking down underneath Ruderman, getting into one, trying to get underneath him, Andy. Take a look at that.
He's there. He's got some pressure coming from Reed Sorensen in the 41 car.
There's Reed Sorensen sneaking a peek to the inside. And he will take the spot away in turn 3.
I tell you, the guy got to be feeling pretty good right now is definitely Carl Edwards. He's probably okay in fuel right now. He can drive the car as hard as he wants. Doesn't have to conserve anything, and that's what he wants to do, that's for sure.
He's getting plenty of pressure from Scott Wimmer in the 29 car.
And Sorensen decided he's not going to waste any time. He's going after the 99 car of Ruderman.
But take a look at Scott Wimmer back there in the back, Jerry, on the inside of Edwards. He's got a fast car also, and he's running out of time with 55 to go. Got the preferred line on the inside.
Yeah, there's Wimmer, the 29 car. He was the pole sitter, led the first 52 laps until he cut a right front tire. Now he's battling inside of Edwards for position. For more on Wimmer, let's check in with Dave.
And Doc, this is when he has to make hay. Scott Wimmer's car does not work well on the long runs. On the short runs, right after the green flag comes back out, that's when he has to pass race cars, according to his crew chief, Pat Smith.
Now we know he's got a good short run car. He set on the pole, which means that thing will go as soon as the green comes out. And he's trying to do it right here, but just can't quite get by Carl Edwards.
He might get it this time. He's got the preferred line on the inside. And Andy, you know as well as I do, man, if you don't get clean air to the front of that car, it'll start pushing the front end on you.
These guys are fighting for that track position right here. See the sparks flying. You can tell they're driving them down in the corner real hard.
Carl's on that outside lane. on the outside of the corners, and he's got clean air going in the front of his car. But Wimmer does not, because he gets tucked in behind Leffler, which causes his car to push again.
And these guys are not even racing as hard as they are catching the guys in front of them.
Carl Edwards, a 4-time winner this year. Wimmer hasn't won since 2003 at Pikes Peak. He is very hungry, and this is his favorite race car, the one he finished second with in Milwaukee. And these guys are just relentless. They will not either one give up.
I'll tell you what, the last 6 cars in that last lap run within a tenth of a second together. That's how close they're running for lap times right now. I'll tell you what, I can't get my eyes off the front of that 60 car.
And Todd Bodine in the 03, who made that pit stop a moment ago, put on some fresh tires and picks up a couple of spots, pulled that right front fender away, and he is hustling back up. He's now back up to 12th position. Back up here to the battle between the 29 and the 60 once again. And it looks like that Wimmer gets a good break, but boy, coming up off the corner, the 60 car has some horsepower, some torque.
He's got good power. And he gets down into turn 1, Jerry, and that front end's up, and when he slams down into turn 1, sparks just pour out from underneath that car. Look at that thing. Up, down, up, down. Jamie, tell us about that 60. What do you got down there?
Well, if you look at the front, the hood of Carl's car on his left side, he has a little bit of damage. You guys are talking about everybody beating and banging each other. He's gotten into 3 different cars, the 41, the 42, and then right before we went green, he got into the back of the 35 car. Got a little bit of damage on that hood there. You can look at it up close there. The crew's looking at our monitors right now as he goes by, but Carl's dealing with the car he has. It's better than it started. This is the car he drove to Victory Lane 1 year ago in front of his hometown crowd. He wants to bring it home, but he's got to put a stop to Reed Sorensen, who's been on a roll. Let's go back to the booth.
All right, Jamie, thank you very much. Todd Bodine, meanwhile, dispenses with Todd Cleaver in the 16 car. That puts Bodine 1 spot up in 11th position.
The one thing that Todd's got going for him is he's not close on fuel at all. He made his pit stop after these other guys, so he can just drive as hard as he wants to. He doesn't have to save anything. He's got just pulling all the stops out here trying to pass cars.
I'll tell you what, as we're watching leaders right here, Todd Bodine just went ahead the fastest lap of this session so far, so he's got those 4 tires, and he's flying around here.
All right, David Rudeman in the Aaron's Toyota, his 52nd career start, hunting for win number 1 in the NASCAR Busch Series. Well, back at Gateway International, the latest young victim is another 19-year-old, Brad Coleman. Was involved in an incident just a moment ago, bringing out caution number 8. We'll show you what happened. And on the corner, too many cars, too little room, and too much contact.
But Jerry sailed that baby down on the inside of J.J. Yaley. Force Yaley up the track, no contact, but they both run up, got to get out of the throttle, and they all run out of real estate.
And Bobby East in the 37 car gets into it. And then Kelly Byers gets involved.
Yeah, Bobby East had the 77 on the inside of him. Now, this is the onboard camera for Brad Coleman.
See, J.J. Yaley being pretty smart, giving Brad Coleman plenty of room. The 37 car just jumps down in there.
And to Bobby East's defense, by the way, he had a 77 car on the inside of him. Now, watch the right side of your screen. Contact there. Brad Coleman goes around, almost gets the side of the 37. He does get Kelly Byers out of shape, and he spins, and we end up with caution number 8 on the night.
I tell you, it might have looked from everybody's view that the 37 car just drove in and run into those guys. I'm telling you, that's not what happened, though. J.J. Yaley and Brad Coleman got so slow from going up the track that their closure rate was so much, Andy, that he just couldn't get out of it that quick and got himself involved in it, too. Bobby East did.
And there's the damage they're trying to repair on the right front of Todd Bodine's Toyota. He is back on pit road, and there's lots of steam and water coming out of that Camry. Back with more in just a moment.
The Yard of Bricks. It can only be the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And next Sunday, the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series drivers get their once-a-year chance to be the one to kiss the bricks by winning the All-State 400 at Indianapolis. It's something some of the greats in the sport have already done. Some of the greats in the sport are still looking to do. Dale Earnhardt Jr. among those still seeking an Indy win. Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, they've already done it. They know what those bricks taste like at the end of 400 hard miles of racing. ESPN ESPN next Sunday, the All-State 400 at the Brickyard, starting at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. We hope you'll join us. We can't wait.
Oh, man, we get to go down and watch the guys kiss the bricks, baby. Can't wait.
Time to go racing. 42 laps to go in the Green Waves, Doc.
And this should be quite a shootout. I can't wait to get to Indianapolis next week and the 14th running of the All-State 400. What a great show that's going to be. Gonna have a great finish here at Gateway. Green flag waves, and how about history being made? If he can hang on, David Rudiman could get the first ever win for Toyota in the Busch Series, but not so fast, as my buddy Lee Corso would say. Here comes the 41 car on the outside, Reed Sorensen.
Started to say he better get pedaling it hard. Oh, he just lost a position. Tell you what, that's going to be tough to get around that 41 car now. He's been faster than anybody, Andy.
He's been hard to beat tonight. And giving him that clean air is not something that David Rudiman wanted to do. But Reed must have just saw something on that outside. He just pounced on him right there on that restart. That outside groove has really come in nice.
Yeah, Carl Edwards now looking, trying to sneak a peek inside the 38 car to take the third spot away. We'll see if Carl can outdive him into entering the corner, gets a nose inside, gets a car inside, and he will pull up alongside the 38. May be able to bring Wimmer with him.
You know, Carl was giving some signals a little while ago to Wimmer, like, hey, you quit roughing me up. I'm going to let you by. I had that look to it. So I wouldn't be surprised if Wimmer does get back around Carl in this one.
I don't think Carl's going to give it up too easy. It's only 41 laps to go. He's got the hometown crowd up there cheering for him. I don't think he's going to give it up too easy.
No, you know he's not going to give it up. He's going to stay in the throttle and get. If I got a car that's not handling right, or if I'm in trouble, I want Carl Edwards in my car to bail me out, man. I'll tell you what. But Pierre Cattell and his guys always got this car handling good. And you know, I've been a little rough on him this time because that car is looking a little funny in the front end with that front end so high, but he's still getting the job done.
Carl Edwards, he's carrying that front end on the straightaway.
It's like a drag car. Up in the front end, slamming down, but it's working in the corners.
And they have now dispensed with Jason Leffler, both he and Scott Wimmer, running back in third and fourth place behind Sorensen and Rudiman.
That car slams down so hard, it just pours out sparks when it bottoms out in the asphalt of the racetrack. You see that? Just really amazing.
Carl's just driving the wheels off of it.
And so is Scott Wimmer, who looks to the inside. Here comes Wimmer, jams in that throttle and enters turn 3. Can he hold on? And we saw this happen before for about 8 or 9 laps. These guys side by side, neither one would give an inch.
Yeah, here we go again. These guys just going at it.
Yeah, Carl Edwards is working that outside lane in almost all by himself. He's got that car figured out in that second groove. Who said you couldn't run side by side at St. Louis? Carl Edwards is proving his way wrong.
Richard Childress owns a 29. It's a Roush Fenway car that Carl Edwards in the 60. Two of the great owners and teams in NASCAR, Busch and Nextel Cup, running side by side. Behind him, the Toyota of Leffler saying, why don't you guys get together so I can just get on out of here?
Unbelievable. I can get a big old run. You can still stay with me.
Wimmer almost had him cleared about 2 laps ago. Just needed about a foot. He just can't get clear of Carl Edwards.
Now, while these guys are running side by side up front, Reed Sorensen, there you go, Reed Sorensen, David Rudiman, they're just sort of pulling away. Sorensen now pulling away by 7/10 of a second over this battle for third spot.
As tight as they're running the 29 of Scott Wimmer and the 60 of Carl Edwards side by side, I wouldn't doubt sooner or later this aero looseness is going to take effect, and somebody's going to get loose in the bottom side of this racetrack, and that'd be Scott Wimmer.
Yeah, these guys are real pros, both of these guys.
And you see how he breaks apart, lets that airflow come down the side of that 29.
Yep, they're giving each other room, and now Wimmer finally gets Carl Edwards clear.
Well, look at the hood buffeting on Edwards' car.
Yeah, he's had a little damage on the left front, and I think it's got the hood buckled just a bit, and it's making that, you see that air just buffet across the top of the hood, make it bounce up and down.
As you watch this onboard telemetry with Carl Edwards, let's check in where Shannon is caught up with the youngster Brad Coleman.
That's right. Brad Coleman told me his car was a top 5 car. Walk me through what happened from your perspective out there, Brad.
Well, for past 10 laps, we've been trying to get by J.J. Yaley, and our car was much faster, and every time I get to the inside, he'd force us to the grass. I mean, it's his old car. Obviously, you don't want to see it pass me, especially with me in it. But, I mean, the Cranostown Grove Chevrolet was awesome, and he forced me to the bottom, got in the dirt, and it just wouldn't grip, and we went up the track, and then someone tried to make it 4 wide, and it just it all went crazy. But I mean, the car was awesome. I feel terrible for my guys. We'll go get us a top 10 next weekend.
On a positive note, you are in this car for the next 5 races. You've had 2 top 5s. How much confidence does that give you moving towards the next 5 races this season?
I have a lot of confidence. We started 19th and we got our way up to the top 10, almost in the top 5. We've just been doing such a great job, and I think even with this wreck, we got some serious momentum going into next weekend, so we'll see what happens.
All right, Doc, Brad Coleman finished for this evening.
Yeah, frustration for Brad Coleman. I'm not so sure Yaley was involved as much, maybe when he goes back and looks at the video, as he might think in that situation.
I think he's maybe talking about laps before that, but that particular corner, when we saw it, J.J. Yaley had given him plenty of room.
I mean, J.J. had himself all the way up in the gray on top of the racetrack, so I can understand the frustration out of Brad, but I don't think I'd be pointing fingers at J.J. Yaley right now. I didn't see J.J. do anything wrong except just trying to hold the position and race the kid pretty hard.
All right, why don't we ask our colleagues down in the pit studio who have a great vantage point. Alan, what do you think our Crown Royal crowning moment of the night has been thus far?
Pretty simple one to me, Doc. Back on a restart at lap 137 in traffic. Carl Edwards was ahead of Reed Sorensen, and in that traffic, watch the yellow car of Sorensen jump to the inside of Edwards here. That got him in front of the 60, and he was the one that led the charge back up through the pack.
Boy, Reed has been strong all night long. Great run for Reed Sorensen, and right now he's trying to check out on his board.
Got him in position to challenge David Ruderman for the lead. He took the lead, and it is Reed Sorensen who has motored away from Ruderman by 1.5 seconds with 32 laps to go. Sorensen looking to double up at St. Louis. We'll see if he wins in a minute.
Some of the NASCAR Busch Series veterans are back in the saddle, like Reed Sorensen. Some of the young drivers have fallen off the horse tonight. They've had their troubles here with 8 caution flags. Let's get you up to speed here with what's happening, starting with the leader and Jamie Little.
Reed Sorensen, the 21-year-old from Peachtree City, Georgia, leading the first laps of the season, dominating. His crew is thrilled with him. It's only the 4th race. His crew chief, Brad Parrott, has been matched up with Reed Sorensen. He's leading his way, guys. He's looking to go to victory lane for the first time since he left here 2 years ago. Dave?
Jamie, David Ruderman lost the lead right away on that restart, and his ability to fight back may be the issue. He complained about his brakes being hot early in the race. Just checked with crew chief Jerry Baxter again. Brakes a bit of an issue for Ruderman, and that may be the advantage to Scott Wimmer right behind him, who doesn't have a good long-run car, but if he can smell blood, he may run down Ruderman before this is over. Wimmer's car very steady all night long, and he continues to run in the 3rd position. Jamie, back to you.
And Carl Edwards right behind him, running 4th. He started 3rd. He's had that ill-handling car. He's led some laps. He's been all over the map. He's gotten into a few cars, and guys, they're trying to regroup, telling him to work his way to the front and win this one for the home crowd. Mike?
Perhaps the biggest fan of the most recent cautions is Jason Leffler. For him, the key right now is fuel mileage. They last pitted on lap 117, but they believe they can go the final 83 laps on this tank of fuel. If they can do that, they should be sure to a good, solid top 5 finish. Shannon?
Mike, David Reagan first is currently running 6th. Well, Mike, David Reagan started this race 21st. He's currently running 6th. The team told me that earlier this week during practice, they were really flattered because the 60 team came to them and asked them for notes on their setups. Right now, David Reagan is hunting down his teammate in that 60 car, Carl Edwards. Crew chief Mike Kelly came on the radio and told David, "You're just as good as Carl, if not better." Dave.
Shannon, during the lap 98 caution when the 24 and the 22 wrecked, Ron Hornaday had contact. He pushed in the grill of that car, and like a bad aftermarket job, the guys put a new screen on the front of that grill of that 77 car. It wasn't meant to be pretty. It's very functional. The air is now moving back into the radiator of that car, and he's got good temperatures. He stayed in the top 10, a great recovery. Jamie?
J.J. Yaley as well, Dave, having a great recovery. He had 2 unscheduled pit stops for damage to his car. He's currently running 8th. It's the best he's done all year. His best finish is surprisingly 11th. He's hoping to bring this car home in the top 5. Mike.
It's been a rough last 25 laps or so for Tom Bodine. First he was clipped by the 9 car, and now there's trouble on the racetrack.
And it's the 60 car, our points leader, Carl Edwards, and
coming
his
to you guys. Here we come. Coming to you.
And
I think we're fine. Let's just hit the rear. You know what I'm saying? We can keep running.
4 tires on it. 4 tires on it. Fuel it up.
Yeah, heavy rear end damage. Pierre Cattell there on the pits for the 60 car of Carl Edwards. Caution number 9 on the day.
Well, I'll tell you one thing going through the 29 teams right now, mind is, hey, we're gaining some points in Carl Edwards for this car owner point situation we've been talking about, Andy. This is a good thing for the 29 right now.
Yeah, they make up a little ground on this Owners Championship chase. What he's thinking more about right now is trying to win this race. So he's got a good car right after a restart, and he's sitting here in 3rd spot.
Yeah, Carl Edwards guys jumping up and down on the back of that car, trying to get the back of it bent back down after he backs it into the wall. And there's Pierre Cattell, Carl's mom, just to the right of your screen there. And she was jumping up and down early today when she was excited about the great qualifying effort he had. She saw him win here a year ago from the outside front row in front of the home state fans. Let's watch from his onboard camera and see what happened as he goes sailing down into the corner.
He'd been struggling getting into this corner loose.
Hold it up there. Hold it there.
Sounded like it may have been wheel hopping, like he wheel hopped the rear wheels getting in that corner.
Take a look at Carl's last 5 finishes. The last 2 very uncharacteristically have been outside the top 10. 11th at Daytona. That tire problem, wheel problem at Chicago, finished 20th. His previous 2 races he won were at Dover and Nashville. You see the 33rd place finish at Kentucky. Got into contact with another car there. And so, you know, he has 1 top 5 finish in the last 5 events.
I'll tell you what, he better start looking in his rearview mirror, because you got Jeff Burton and Scott Wimmer in that 29. And those 2 cats are really good. And RCR, they want another championship. And right now, I know that's what they're thinking.
And the crew working on the rear of the points leader's car. Carl Edwards got heavy damage. They're jumping up and down on that rear as the Roush Fenway guys are trying to use the bat to get it fixed.
July 30th, 2005, here at Gateway International Raceway. Reed Sorensen in that white 41, passing Martin Truex Jr. in the 8 car, and Sorensen scored his 2nd, and at this point, last NASCAR Busch Series win. He is out in front tonight driving the 41 car, with 19 laps separating him from another Gateway NASCAR Busch Series trophy. It's the NASCAR Busch Series of Gateway, presented by Camping World. Doc, we're coming down to the restart.
All right, getting set for the restart. Here's a look at our Castrol GTX lap leaders as we have just 19 laps to go. You see that Reed Sorensen led 5 times for 75 laps. Scott Wimmer 53, Rudeman 23, Bodine, Edwards, Keselowski, and Mike Bliss led 2 laps, but had a very good car here for much of the early part of the evening. Guys, who's your horse? 19 laps to go. Can Sorensen hang on? How about Rudeman? How about Wimmer back there in that RCR Chevy?
And I'll tell you, I like Sorensen.
I like Sorensen too, but I think Scott Wimmer's going to be mounting a charge. He really needs a win, wants a win. He's hungry.
David Rudeman's awfully hungry in that Toyota. They've not won. Boy, would Michael Waltrip Racing love to get a win for Rudeman. Green flag waves. We have 19 laps to go to settle it here at Gateway International.
I'll tell you what, Reed Sorensen just got a good jump. Scott Wimmer didn't get up there. We wanted to get on that one.
And Sorensen just pulls away from Rudeman by about 5 car lengths down the straightaway. Great horsepower in that Ganassi Dodge. Rudeman pulls within 4 car lengths in the corner. Now here comes Wimmer, who clears some of the lap traffic, pulls right back up on the back of the 99 car.
I'll tell you what, that restart that Scott Wimmer had, it wasn't the one he wanted, but he's got right back on the back of Rudeman right now. Should probably start working at bottom lane like he's been working all day long. Go to the top and cross over to the bottom. Try to get some bite off that corner, but while that's going on, Reed Sorensen's just checking out.
Seems like Rudeman just doesn't have a real good car right after a restart. It takes him a lap or 2 to get going.
Yeah, here's Carl Edwards out. That damage on the rear car a moment ago. You see the Roush Fenway guys using a bat to try to fix it in the pits. And he is trying to sail his way back up through the pack. He pulls right to the back of the 42 car. These guys have already met once tonight.
Looks like somebody forgot to tell him his car was tore up. He's still dropping it as hard as he ever was.
I tell you what, that last time into turn 1, a big old piece of pipe off the back of that car flew off it and banged up into turn 1, so there's debris coming off of it also.
Yeah, this is 9th, 10th, and 11th. Edwards is in an 11th place car. It's Kevin Hamblin in 10th, and you're looking back from Mike Wallace, who's 9th. Wallace trying to record his best finish of the year in his first top 10, but here comes Edwards on the high side.
Tell you what, the guy's good, man. You got to give it to Carl and his team. They've doing a great job under these conditions they're operating in.
He's up behind Kittles in the 20 car, who's a lap down. He pulls to the inside and will try to squeeze inside of Kittles and somehow gets it done.
Threads the needle.
You see Mike Wallace back there. He saw that opening. He said, I'm not going through there. You guys are crazy, man. I'm not going to try that myself.
Now Mike Wallace pulls to the inside, and we'll have to try to go get that spot back. Mike was in 9th spot, has now slipped back to 11th, and then will set his sights on getting back. Meanwhile, you see Mike there trying to make a move. Boy, this Carl Edwards effort is fun to watch. Edwards, after that pit stop, is just cutting him down one by one.
Yeah, take a look at Carl Edwards, though. I mean, this guy's got his car beat up all over the place. The rear end's jacked up on it, which is probably not a bad aerodynamic thing. It's beat up on the left front corner, beat up in the back, and there's cars out there without a scratch in them. No damage at all, and Carl's just flat putting it on them.
And the fans in the grandstands are on their feet. They know, they saw Carl, they cheered, they stood and cheered and waved when he was introduced. The home state fans from Missouri across the river here, across the mighty Mississippi, watching their hero, Carl Edwards, try to get it done, try to pull off a miracle in the last 13 laps.
Well, I'll tell you what, Todd Bodine's trying to pull off a miracle, too, right in front of Carl Edwards. He worked in that right front corner. That car's been overheating, but he's got good tires on it. But I'll tell you what, Carl Edwards is just flying right now.
All right, let's listen in what Carl Edwards was saying a moment ago. I'm not sure if he's saying exactly what he's doing as he's moving on the inside of Todd Bodine. Let's listen to what Carl had to say.
It's been hard to drive all night, and I figured, screw it, got a big point lead. I'm gonna drive it real hard and try everything I can, and just got too loose there. So.
Well, I thought he was talking about right now. It looks like right now he's driving it harder as he drove all night long. Hey, the right front fender's bent in, the rear end's jacked up, the left front fender's knocked down. There's not a straight panel on that car. But I'm watching our timer here, and he's got one of the fastest cars on the racetrack. So what do you do about that?
Hey, you can't drive a car any harder than he's driving the car right now. Look at him right here racing Todd Bodine. These two guys get together, a little bit of smoke, a little bit of rubbing.
At Rubbin's racing, that's what Harry Hogg said in Days of Thunder, and they're racing right here.
Ooh, I wouldn't do that to Todd Bodine. He doesn't take kindly to that.
If Carl had a bumper right there, he'd have been against it.
There's no bumper left there. Here, by the way, meanwhile, back up front, Reed Sorensen says, guys, I'm just going to try to hang on for 11 more laps. And there's the differential between Sorensen and David Rudiman. 1.5 seconds back. Wimmer is third. Leffler fourth. David Reagan. We haven't mentioned much about Reagan running in the fifth spot. Hornaday, Yaley, and then Carl Edwards back in 8th position.
That's another good run for David Reagan. He's doing a good job. But we better note this one thing, Jerry. Sorensen's outrunning these guys about 1/10 a lap, every single lap, and just stretching them out.
There's David Reagan in the 6th car. After having troubles last week in qualifying, he took a backup car from the back of the pack and got a top 20 finish. This young man who leads the Rookie of the Year standings in the NASCAR Busch Series has got a very bright future there, driving not only in Busch, but in the Nextel Cup for Roush Fenway.
He's just quietly driven the car into the top 5. See a little smoke trailing that car. We've seen it all night long because he's rubbing the right front on the hood just a little bit. You can see that car traveling all the way down there, just barely rubbing that tire, not causing him any problems.
And that does that all the way down in the middle of turn 1 or 2 when the front end's fully compressed. And like you said, I don't think that's going to hurt the car.
And here's looking back from the David Rudiman car. We're checking his pits with Dave.
And both these cars running real hard at the end, Doc. I thought Scott Wimmer would get David Rudiman right at the restart there. He's looking to the outside right now. He's been biding his time, but Rudiman has been driving that car extremely hard, even with the poor brakes right now. As for Scott Wimmer, he was complaining that he couldn't make the car turn through the center anymore, but he's picked up speed, and now he's got the outside line on Rudiman.
Well, and he's able to make the move around him, Dave. Good call. And And Ruderman trying to come back on the inside, but too much momentum from Wimmer up high to take the spot away.
It looks like Scott found a little bit in that upper groove. We hadn't seen him up there much, but he found something and got all the way around it. Dave Ruderman.
And Carl Edwards picked off another one. Now moves in on Ron Hornaday in the 77 car. That's a battle for 6th position.
Unbelievable the way this guy's driving this race car.
Makes you wonder how much is left in that 60 car of Carl Edwards, because every corner's knocked off it. But, you know, so is Ron Hornaday's also. So kind of equals out, I guess.
Yeah, we try to get these cars just every little square inch of them on the body working right and get them in the wind tunnel tweak here and there. That car's beat all to pieces, and he's flying up there.
I'll tell you what, if we get another caution flag, this thing can be a race, because Wimmer's broke loose now, and he's running some fast laps.
Edwards on the inside of Hornaday, trying to take the 7th spot away, and he will pull, just pulls away, just jumps in the throttle. And the 42 also making a move. Kevin Hamlin trying to get to the inside, and he will take the spot away. Hamlin goes to 7th, and Edwards goes to 6th.
Ganassi guys having a good race tonight with Reed Sorensen kind of dominating the race, and Kevin Hamlin's been up there all night.
Couple of Toyotas battling for position, Ruderman and Leffler.
Boy, I tell you what, 6 laps to go. This thing's starting to heat up, guys. What do you think, Andy? Are we going to get another caution or not?
Well, if we get another caution, they got to look out for that 29 car, because he is hungry.
It's take no prisoners time at Gateway International Raceway. Final laps here. Stop number 21, Wimmer, has not won since 2003. He's having trouble, though, trying to reel in an awfully stout Reed Sorensen. Here's the battle, though. This is, as you see, Wimmer flash by 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That is Ruderman, Leffler, and David Reagan.
Well, this last lap by, Reed Sorensen ran a 34.04 compared to Wimmer's 34 flat, so Wimmer's definitely outrunning him. Not by a lot.
16 cars on the lead lap. The last car on the lead lap is Bobby Neeson, the 37 car, but it's all about the night for Reed Sorensen, who has led 5 times for 90 laps. What a night for this 41 car. Great effort by Brad Parrott and the Chip Ganassi, Felix Sabata's team. He began the week appropriately at Wrigley Field, where he threw out the first pitch for the Cubs game. He and teammate David Stremme and Juan Pablo Montoya then sang "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" in the 7th inning stretch. And then here on Saturday night, the young 21-year-old from Georgia trying to pick up not only his first top 5 of the year, but his first win since 2005.
Well, you got to hand it to Brad Parrott and to Reed Sorensen, the way they're working together. I mean, the kid's kept this thing out of trouble all night long. He hasn't hit anything. Fast pit stops throughout the night, and he's driving the wheels off. You got to hand it to Chip Ganassi Racing for swapping the teams up and marrying these guys together, Andy.
Yeah, you never know how that chemistry is going to work out, but it really has worked out for these guys in their favor. And the 42 car, we see him coming too. That team's also good.
I tell you, just I know Carl Edwards may not get, he's not going to get a win, may not get a top 5, but he has been fun to watch tonight. White flag waves for the 41 car of Reed Sorensen. Sorensen comes sailing by. There is Scott Wimmer, Ruderman, Leffler, Reagan, and Edwards.
Looks like parts still flying off that 60 car. I saw some debris fly off of him.
Well, Reed's cleared the 28 car, lap car. He's got clear sailing right now. He can smell this thing. He's just got to bring this baby home. And again, Chip Ganassi, what a smart guy doing what he did.
And 21-year-old Peachtree City, Georgia driver Reed Sorensen pulls it off for the 2nd time. At Gateway International, Reed Sorensen becomes the 13th driver to win in 2007. Sorensen, Wimmer, Ruderman.
Hey, bud, awesome job, man. Awesome job. Good job, guys. Awesome. It's been a long time, boys. Long time. You said everything. It's awesome, guys. Just can't say anything else. Hey, bud, if you could just...
And that would be Brad Parrott, 18th win as a crew chief. And Brad Parrott was the crew chief earlier in the year when Juan Pablo Montoya won at Mexico City. He's now the crew chief here for Reed Sorensen's 3rd career win at Gateway International. Let's check down with Shannon.
Then juicy fruit for everyone. You can see the juicy fruit in his hands. Let him fourth race with Reed. What kind of chemistry do you guys have? What does it say about you guys as a team?
Yeah, Reed Sorensen's always been a great race car driver, and he did a great job. It's been 61 races since he won, and he was worried about the 99, but this team's a great race team, and Juan Pablo did a great job earlier in the year for us, and we're tuning up for Brian Clausen later in the year, and Reed's only got 2 more races in this car, and we're going testing at Bristol on Tuesday, and I can't thank these guys enough, but how about all this juicy fruit?
He's going to go get the juicy fruit, guys. This is the second time that Brad Parrott has gone to victory lane this season. The first one was with Juan Pablo Montoya earlier this season. Doc.
All right, thank you, Shannon. Well, he threw the first pitch out at Wrigley Field on Monday night, but tonight in St. Louis in the shadow of Busch Stadium, this young man hits a home run for Team Wrigley. The juicy fruit dodge of Reed Sorensen celebrating here on the front straightaway. When we come back, we'll talk to the young 21-year-old who just dominated tonight and picked up career win number 3.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
The NASCAR Busch Series at Gateway, presented by Camping World, America's outdoor store since 1966, and in part by Allstate, official insurance sponsor of NASCAR. The only claim Reed Sorensen's going to file tonight is one for the winner's check. He is in victory lane. Let's hear from him.
And Reed Sorensen climbs from his car. The spray of the Busch Beers celebration. It's been 2 long years, and Reed snaps a 61 race losing streak. You finally made it back here where you left off last time, Reed. Some people have doubted maybe your motivation, your drive in the Busch Series. What does this say about you?
It's been a long time since we won. We knew we had a good shot coming in here, so everybody on the team was real excited about coming in here, and the car was just dominant all night, so everybody did a great job back at the shop. Juicy Fruit's first win, and hopefully we can get them some more.
What does this say, though, for you as a driver, Reed? Tonight you came out, you led your first laps of the season and bring home victory.
Yeah, it seems like we led a lot tonight. I was just real proud of everybody, and I don't know, when we knew we had a good car after practice, we didn't know it was going to be this good, though.
Congratulations, Reed Sorensen, victorious, guys, for the first time in 2 years.
Carl Edwards came up a little bit short, but really he did entertain us over those last 20 laps, racing a very damaged race car. First off, take us back to the incident. What happened?
Well, what happened there is we were running fourth. The car was really difficult to drive all day. I thought, well, we're going to run fourth if I keep driving like this, so I started driving real hard, trying some different things, and I lost it going into 3, got some marbles on the rear. I think I went in too late, and pretty happy to still finish 6th. I got to say sorry to Hamlin for spinning them, and we'll be racing dirt cars tomorrow night at I-80 with my little brother, and just proud of the guys for getting this, this Dish Network home zone car back to 6th. That's pretty awesome.
And I think that really showed what Carl Edwards is made of, Dave.
Scott Wimmer started on the pole tonight, Mike, and it looked like, Scott, at the end, it was just too late getting around David Rudiman to do anything with Reed.
Yeah, it was. We kind of burned it right in front off there racing with Carl, and track position was so important. When the 41 got out front there, you just weren't going to catch him, but great job by all my Holiday guys. They did a great job all weekend, and we're kind of playing the odds here. We'll go 2nd, 3rd, 4th. One of these times we'll win one, but I'm really excited about the way we've been running, and we'll go to RP next weekend and get them there.
Another great finish. Almost broke that 45-race winless streak. Alan?
And Wimmer clipped a little bit off of Carl Edwards' lead, but Carl still got a huge advantage, 852. Hello.
That's a big one, son.
That Owners' Championship, they clipped about 20 off the 60 team in the 29, heading to Indianapolis next week. Well, next it's the NHRA Powerade Series, Shucks Auto Supply qualifying. What a night. A lot of cautions, some rallies. Remember, Sorensen had a flat tire on the green earlier in the race, came back to take the lead and scores the victory tonight. Don't forget, next week it's the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Our Nextel Cup coverage starts Saturday from the Allstate 400 at the Brickyard, part of a full day of motor racing programming for you on ESPN next Saturday. We'll be at the Brickyard for the practices, the qualifying qualifying on Saturday, and of course, the running of the All-State 400 next Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock Eastern Time. It is going to be a great race, and we look forward to bringing it all to you next weekend as the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series returns to ESPN. Wild night here in St. Louis. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. See you from Indy next weekend.